Good morning, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. Today's check-in is for the bi-weekly energies, essentially an energetic snapshot of what you might expect over the next week or two. Like always with the bi-weekly energies, as with any tarot reading, take what resonates, leave it does not. And if there are any questions about placements, description box. Reminder, today is the full moon in Sagittarius. Well, I say today, but depending on where you are in the world. But yes, full moon in Sagittarius. It will be that rare blue moon and a micro moon. I hope you're able to see it because today, like Scorpio's full moon on May 1st, I won't be able to. We've had fairly consistent rain, since April. Next week will be the past, present, and future tarot readings. So I will see you for your readings next week, and I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? Show me Leo, please. King of Cups, Four of Swords, Five of Wands. I need a rest. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Temperance. Okay. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups. Yeah. Two of Swords. Yeah. Ugh. Man, that situation looks not great. No wonder you went to rest. King of Cups, Four of Swords, Five of Wands. Some fighting here. And it kind of knocked the wind out of you. I'm like, oh God, I'm tired. And you don't want to be tired. You want to be a King of Cups, someone who's a little bit more loose, relaxed, calm, more emotionally available. But this situation makes you feel emotionally cut off and less than available, right? It's exhausting. Four of Swords, Five of Wands. You've recently gone to rest on this subject to think about it. Where is this tension coming from? Conflict, argument. How can it be better addressed? Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Temperance. Okay. Your mind here kind of comes up with a plan for how everybody can get along. Three of Pentacles. You do your part, I'll do my part. We should all have a common goal here. Let's cooperate a little more, please. And that's the truth of it. You see the truth in it. You see the truth in the mechanics of the goal. This is why we're here. This is what we're trying to work on or achieve. We should all be able to agree to this bare minimum. Temperance. Okay? Some time, consistent effort. This thing should be smoothed. No problem. It should smooth itself out, right? Just a little time, stick to the script. Everybody does their part. Should be cool. Here's the problem. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. As soon as you present it, it's not taking. It's not taking. The goal is not taking. Your plan is not taking. And it's a good one. It looks like a reasonable one. But it's Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. You don't get it. Why is it not working? It almost looks like it's deliberately being ignored, which is kind of low-key pissing me off. Because you got a solid plan here, and you said it might take time. Yeah. But still, with consistency, we should get results. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. It's like it's deliberately being obstructive. King of Cups, Four of Swords, Five of Wands. I want you to feel better about your situation, honey, not worse. I see you being thoughtful over here. The Sun, Page of Wands, Three of Wands. See? You want this to be a happy goal. You do. You want this to be a happy situation, circumstance, and it's really modest Sun characteristics here. A little bit of warmth, a little bit of hope, a little bit of happiness. It might take some time, fine. But still, this situation you're looking at, you're like, I would like it to improve. Yes. Yes, I would like it to be relatively a happier situation than what it is. Yes. Pretty modest hopes and goals and expectations here as you rest on this subject and you try to find a solution to this ongoing problem. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Temperance. Six of Cups, the Hierophant, the Magician. Oh, you're saying if I can stick to the plan, you can stick to the plan. If we can all agree to do our parts, there's no reason why this shouldn't work. And you're showing me that this does in some way require commitment. Six of Cups. So it's not just a friend here. It's not just a coworker. It's not just a colleague. It's someone whom you are truly relying upon for them to do their part. And you're saying you have every reason to expect that they should. You're both involved in a commitment to some extent with the Six of Cups. You've known this person a long time. And you're saying, Magician, manifesting. I am manifesting best results between you and I. We need to get back on the same page, particularly in regards to our values, our commitments. And this is a we. This is a we in here. You've got a pretty simple solution here. And I like how you said it might take time. But it's reasonable goals that two people should be able to work through, commit to, show the hell up for. Okay. I agree. Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. Queen of Swords. I told you, it's like Three of Pentacles. God dang. God dang. It's almost like it's going out of its way to be obstructive. Oh, it's almost like, okay, Leo, okay. Tell you what. I've got a stressful situation here. I'm aware of it. I'm going to do some thinking. All right, I'm going to do some consolidation of the self and ask myself, how can we fix this? Because I want a good feeling here. I want things to be calm. I don't want the drama. I don't want the splintering. I don't want the bullshit. How can we approach this differently? Let's think about it. You did. I don't know how long it took you. A couple days, maybe a week. But the thing is, Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Temperance. You have a reasonable plan that if I'm looking at a commitment the way I think I am, because you want to see more of that commitment, not less, specifically you want to see an improvement in that commitment, then that should be the most fundamentals of connectivity, goals, point of cooperation, friendly mechanics, okay? Two is a commitment. And you're right, you said it could take time. I do my part, they do theirs. It should be easy, right? Relatively. But here it is, Five of Pentacles. You're immediately like just immediately like kicked in the teeth. Honestly, Five of Pentacles. I don't want to. And you're bummed out again. You're sad again. Five of Pentacles. I don't want to. Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, Three of Pentacles. I mean, it's, and then he's kind of like, fuck it then, the whole thing. And I don't blame you. This is very close to a full-on ending. Very close. You went back to the drawing board in this particular situation. It seems like you're accustomed to it. It seems like you're the person who's accustomed to going within and trying to find a solution to a two-part situation. That makes me nervous when I see one person doing the work or the emotional work, emotional labor, mental or spiritual labor involving two people. Okay, fine. But you did something. You came up with something, a reasonable goal plan, and it's being rejected. So there doesn't seem to be a counter either. So I'm not seeing somebody here finding solutions with you or trying to. It's more like, well, I don't like that one, so what's next, Leo? And that's not good. That's not good. So I'm seeing that same Three of Pentacles for what looks like a committed situation, a rejection to do the plan. And yeah, Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Two of Swords. That sucks, guys. Yeah, just to let you know, I mean, this could be the precursor, very strong precursor to a long-term ending if this keeps up. Because you're still trying to find the good in this at a higher level. You understand? But it's being reduced to basic functions. And when two people cannot even come to terms over the most basic functions for cooperation and friendliness, this is a problem. Especially if you have a higher goal in mind and all you want is a little more peace, happiness, and sunshine. This is a problem. I don't like this. That is a straight up refusal to cooperate. And it's done harshly too. It was done harshly. I think no matter what the plan was, honey, it was going to get cut no matter what. If someone's determined to be unhappy, when one of the person's trying to find happiness again, okay, and the other person's determined to be unhappy, guess what? no matter what you do, it's going to be like throwing darts at the phone book. Okay, you're going to hit something, but it's still not going to be the right thing. You know? So I want you to think about that. That's upsetting. That's very upsetting. I thought you were like, this is a work situation. It's getting a little loud in there right now. It was like, no, no, oh, no, no. Hopeful people, ask your angels. Ask for guidance at this time, and then helpful people. Ask your angels. Look for guidance. That's an easy call. But helpful people. Surround yourself with helpful people. Those friends, those people who have your best interests in mind. Talk to them about these things, not just this person. It looks like it's isolated, or you're trying to keep it isolated to just yourself and this person. I understand that. I get that. But helpful people. You know some helpful people. Get their opinion, maybe. Open up to them about this. Because it does feel like your efforts are being rejected. And I don't want you to think, is it just me? No, it's not just you. It's not just you. Seek guidance. You're not alone. You have spiritual influences as well. D, E, E, so 2 E's, and I. Also the medallion of Scorpio. You might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connected to. I hope not. But still, yes, could be connected to. And no, I'm not saying this season. No. Scorpio energy. If you have that in your chart, perhaps use it. All right. Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. I'm releasing a confirmation of what to expect over the next couple weeks. I'm looking at your plan here. The way you said it would take temperance, I respect that. Okay. But the idea was to boost the commitment or reaffirm the commitment between you two. And it's not taking. I think you had a lovely plan here. It was very simple. 2 people should be able to follow it. So that tells me they really didn't want to, or they're really pointing out to you how much they don't want to work on this. And it seems like they're holding you responsible, and that's not fair. That's not how these connections go. Okay. So just something to think about. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? So, Miss Sagittarius, please. Three of Swords, Death. Wow. Okay. Force. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 9 of Cups, the Star. Good for you. 2 of Wands. Way to get those hopes and dreams back. That's what I'm talking about. King of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. All right. 8 of Swords, steady as she goes. 3 of Swords, Death, 4 of Swords. Well, that's really incredibly straightforward. On one hand, I'm happy that there's heartbreak for you. You're saying, well, that's over. Whatever that is doesn't have the opportunity to break your heart anymore. It's over. Death, you're working through it. You've been working through it, accepting it. 4 of Swords, you're showing me I'm still working through it. I'm still healing, and I'm still learning from it. So while on the one hand I'm sorry that that's there, also, P.S., I'm glad it's done. Whatever that is, it can't hurt you anymore. All you can do is learn and reflect on it. Okay. 9 of Cups, the Star, 2 of Wands. Heck yeah. Oh yeah. You're going to receive a lot of strong impressions over the next couple of weeks. 9 of Cups, the Star, 2 of Wands. Where I should be. What I should be aiming for. What are my visions? What are my dreams? Let's get back to self, please. The center of self. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. What does that mean? So 9 of Cups is kind of like a lesser representation of the Star. It's like wish fulfillment for now, but the Star is the long-term vision. So 2 of Wands, you reaching within and saying, what's important to me? What satisfies me? Right? What do I want to see for myself long-term? Not just short-term. That's important, but long-term vision, long-term goals. What do I want to experience for myself? Good. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. You know, I see that you have a pre-existing pathway here that does require your attention, but you're on it. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. I know that doesn't look very thrilling, but mind you, we're just looking at the next couple weeks. So I'm not surprised you're showing me a pre-existing pathway that you are familiar with. You build into a little bit every day. Time, energy, and effort, realistically, it does require a lot of your focus. Eight of Swords, there might be some confusion here, but you'll make short work of it in the next couple of weeks. This is bigger picture concepts up here. Three of Swords. Death. Four of Swords. Yes, whatever that is can't hurt you anymore. Okay? You're still changing from it. You're still growing. You're still transforming. Six of Wands, Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords. It is something here that you got very firm with yourself about. Ace of Swords, Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. Any sort of energy here that represents ego, pride, a situation that used to supply that energy for you, that sense of recognition, confidence. It's like you block it. Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords. It's kind of like saying, that situation I used to associate with victory and pride, not anymore. Not anymore. I no longer interpret it positively. I no longer see it as feeding my ego. In fact, I see now how it negatively fed my ego, and that's how I got wrapped up into it to begin with. I see it. I get it. I will never allow for that to happen again. Right? I will never allow anything into my life that represents solely Six of Wands, the pride, the ego. Now, don't get me wrong, we all have pride, we all have ego. It's part of the terms and conditions of being alive as a human. A lot of it's healthy and good and keeps you alive. But some of it, yes, goes into an unhealthy place. So there's something here, situationally in the past, that you are still working through, your transformation's still going in the next couple of weeks, that you used to identify as, oh yeah, you loved it, it was a thrill for you. Okay, it catered to the ego a little bit, but eventually you came to associate it with disappointments and pain. It no longer feeds you in a... Well, it probably never fed you in a healthy way, but you learning to see it for what it is as an unhealthy element in your life. Yeah, we had to learn that. We had to learn it the hard way. But it's a truth well earned. It's like, that will never happen again. And I see it clearly now. I see it clearly now. That kind of energy, situation, circumstance, or connection will never be allowed in my life again. Okay. All right, let's go on over here. You're still thinking on that. You still have more insights to achieve. You still have more reflective moments over the next couple of weeks. Don't rush it. It's important. I'd advise for the Sag who's going through that, if you haven't already, perhaps consider journaling. That will help you keep your thoughts in order, and you can track for yourself how far you've gone in your thinking and your feeling. Nine of Cups, the Star, Two of Wands. And it will help reinforce what you've learned, to write it down. Okay? That is definitely a journaling type situation. Nine of Cups, the Star, Two of Wands. Seven of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay. All right. I see you, I want to say at long last, giving some much needed attention to an area in your life that you kind of neglected. Seven of Swords, Three of Pentacles, the Sun. There's something here you're contemplating, or rather readdressing after much time, but you're readdressing it now, and that's what counts. Something that's important to you, that's always been important to you, but you kind of downplayed it. Seven of Swords and Three of Pentacles, it's like, I don't think I can make this work. So it's some sort of vision or dream that's important to you, that speaks to you personally, that can carry you into the future, but you never got it off the ground. You never got it started. Probably because of this. This was time consuming. This kind of shit takes up a lot of time. It redirects our best selves, energy, intentions, and efforts, because we're playing into something that we say feels good, but it's not actually good for us. Oh yeah, that takes away huge chunks of our time. redirecting our energy in some place it shouldn't be going, and it takes us forever to figure it out. And then we have that moment, oh my God, I wasted so much time. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Pain serves a purpose. Okay? Don't let this lesson go to waste. Take all that energy that was over here, that you used to give, whatever that is, situation, circumstance, or connection, reroute it into you. Feed that back into you, your hopes, your dreams. And there's something here I see you put off, specifically from allowing it to work or function or getting it off the ground. Three of Pentacles. Your basic starter package of goal energies. Getting the plans drawn up, starting to act on them. And then it starts to stabilize. Three of Pentacles is the first time we see stability in tarot. So the Sun is something here that you personally feel could make you very, very happy if you work on it, put yourself into it. But you got to stop talking yourself out of it. Okay? That's it. That's all they told me. I just know it's deeply personal to you. And the idea of you doing it lifts you with joy. I hope you do it. Or at least get it started. All right, King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Now, this is pre-existing pathway. This has roots. It has legs underneath it. It could be your every day-to-day pathway, right? Maybe it got a little negligent because of this energy back here, and you got to get back on track with it. That could be anything from your working energies to your home energies. Okay, the stuff that's everyday world. All right, it can seem boring, it can seem monotonous, but it's the stuff that we need to keep ourselves grounded and secure. Okay. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Whatever this then is would be an addition or possibly a replacement for that Seven of Pentacles. I don't know. You'd have to grow it to find out. You'd have to invest in it to find out. It's the thing you keep shying. I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't have the time for that. It's not going to work. Oh, but what if it did? What if it did? What if you fed your ego the healthy way? Believing in yourself. That's how you can healthily feed your ego, right? What if it did work? What if I believed in me? What if I invested in this? All right. King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, the Emperor, Six of Swords. Okay. I know. You are trying to leave behind this unhappy sense of self. I understand. You still have to accomplish that, or it feels like you still have that space. I know. As you get back on your path, okay? Maybe got it, like I said, a little negligent. It happens sometimes when we get caught up in bullshit like this. Seven Pentacles, Eight of Swords. There's stuff in there for you to sort out. It needs your full attention. And you're like, it's a struggle because I'm still learning to detach from the unhappiness. I know. I know. It's hard for you to do. But you can do it. This needs your attention and support. You need your attention and support. Your life path needs your attention and support, not this. You know it doesn't. It spent most of its time hurting you and feeding you poorly. And so now, think of this as the healthiest thing you can do for yourself. The healthiest way you can feed your ego is to look at your dreams and goals that are important to you and only you. To look at your pathway that you're currently on and find satisfaction with it by getting regrounded into it and understanding why it's important and why it's there and why it provides you security. And yes, I know it can be boring sometimes, but I promise you it's the boring stuff that really sometimes is our best stuff. It says, this is how I make me secure. This is how I care about me, right? This is how I make things cool with me, and I am attached to myself in good and healthy ways, okay? This was a very painful lesson, and you had to learn some things the hard way. And you're still learning to detach. And you're still learning to see your pathway in a positive way. It needs you, and you need your path. And maybe, and give yourself the space, that thing you keep talking yourself out of, you start to approach it a little more, step by step, page by page. See where it takes you. I see where it could, and to much more positive places of real happiness. Nothing false, no false ego, no false happiness. But I know, you're still detaching from this. Give yourself time. This is just the next couple of weeks. This is the Saggy for the next couple of weeks, not infinitely and forever. One day you'll look back on that and be like, oh man, that was a weird time in my life. And fuck, that's over. And you could be knee deep into this, well past the Three of Pentacles. It could be thriving. It could be a thriving 8 or 9, and it could replace that path that you're on. Who knows? Possibilities are there. I hope you explore it a little bit, but I understand. You're still recovering. Meditation brings answers. Oh no. And you can think of the Four Swords like that. It's like healing light, reflection, introspection. Okay. But it's a singular activity. Just you. The quietness of your thoughts. Your personal truths. You have no one to justify yourself to or have to give explanations to, just yourself. Be honest with yourself in this space. You'll be okay. And I know that crap can be boring, but I promise you it's one of the best things you can do to make yourself healthy, right? I promise. Okay. Z, N, U, and we have one medallion, that's of Leo. You might have some very strong Leo in your chart, could in some way be connecting to, and then the upcoming season might be important to you, although once more I'm reading the next couple of weeks. Okay, Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, what's up? Show me Aries, please. Knights of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups, okay. The Empress, King of Wands, the Star, all right, that's lovely. King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, but you still have work to do. Wow. All right, Knights of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. You're showing me the next 2 weeks, your initial opening is like, I sincerely doubt I'm moving in the direction of love. Christina, that, come on, that can't be right. But it is right, though. Yeah, it's like that. I'm not moving in the direction of love. Wait, from your point of view, you're not. Knight of Pentacles, I'm going slow. I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Seven of Swords, I sincerely doubt I'm moving in the direction of love. I sincerely doubt I'm feeling love. That can't be right. I don't know why you have that hesitation. I have no idea why you have that doubt. Because clearly the opposite is true. The Empress, the King of Wands, the Star. Oh, my goodness. Whomever that is, you have a very strong reaction to them. And they to you, actually. It's actually quite lovely. Full of warmth, generosity, love, and a vision, a star. We would like to see each other on the path, the star, the vision. King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. You have such a firm mind when it comes to your work energies. I would say it's non-negotiable. You're showing me you're accustomed to your way of life when it comes to your coin. I have no doubt. It's like I have a job to do and I know it. It retains most of my focus, but it also receives a great deal of your positive energy. Ace of Wands. You might identify as someone who is hardworking, but also very creative, or someone who has a great deal of passion for whatever it is that they do. Okay. Oh, but you're a go-getter at work. You're an absolute go-getter. There's no question about that. Oh, yeah. But this, Knights of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Ace of Cups. It's like I doubt it's love, Christina. I doubt it's love. Is this love? That don't feel. That's White Snake. That's White Snake. That's what that is. Is this love? I mean, I'm looking at you. I think it is, but that's me. That's my opinion. Okay, what's up? Two of Swords, the Emperor, you darling, that's you. Knight of Pentacles this Aries is hilarious. Wow, what are you doing? That is your power card, by the way. Hello, if you're new to tarot. This is Aries power card, the Emperor. 4 is your power number. Two of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. That's like, that can't be right. Aries, there's no way I'm moving in the direction of love. There's no way. There's no confusion. Who are you trying to convince? Yourself? Me? Who are you trying to convince? It's not love. I'm not moving in love. I'm not moving in love. I'm not feeling it either. I don't think. I don't know. There's some confusion around that. Honey, love is an absolute. You either feel it or you don't. Okay? I'm not being prompted by love, Christine. I'm not. I know me. Then why are you so confused? Looking out there. Act like you're not looking out there. You are looking out there. You are. I'm not moving towards love. I'm not acting in love. I'm not even convinced I'm feeling it. The Empress, King of Wands. What's with the deniability? Now, I've seen worse. That ain't bad. Two of Swords, Seven of Swords. It's not bad. Kind of in denial about our feelings, maybe a little bit, or that we're moving in that direction. But you are. I don't care how slow. You can be as slow as you want. Nine of Pentacles is twice. You slow. That's fine. I don't care. It's still movement. You tell me I'm slow all I want. Yeah, well, love is love. You can arrive to it quickly or slowly, but eventually you arrive. Okay, the Empress, King of Wands, the Star. Something for you to think about for the next couple of weeks. Six of Wands, Page of Wands, Seven of Wands. You see, it's the fire here. Fire sign. I'm used to saying wand for you, as I showed you are Aries. When you connect to this person, it's like, it's beautiful, it's natural, it's easy. It brings out your ambition, your confidence. Yes, in some way. The ego is there, okay? But it's healthy ego, as far as I can see. You like being seen by this person. You like having their energetic attention. You do. There's no way around it, Aries. It feels good to be seen by this person. And you can say, well, okay, fine. You know, it brings out a lot of fire in me, yeah? But that doesn't mean it's love. Okay. Fair point. That is fair. However, the Empress isn't random, and neither is the Star. So while you're kind of still back here convincing yourself that it's not love, it ain't nothing either. Okay? So they bring out some really strong fire elements in you. You're a fire sign. I would expect that from you. Yes, you have a very warm energy towards them. Passionate. They raise your ambition flag a little bit. So what? It's the Stars, the Empress. Are there someone of outstanding importance to you that you want to see on your path for a long time, or you don't? But yeah, it's like, honey, it's just because it's slow doesn't mean it's not love. There's some people who only fall in love slowly. You want to guess how many times I've done it? I'm not a fast person. Some people are. They can fall in and out of love like nothing. Like drinking a glass of water. I don't understand that. But that's not me. Right? Maybe you're like that as well. You're someone who is very slow to fall in love, and it takes you forever, maybe, to realize it. But that doesn't mean other parts of you aren't getting activated first, such as your fire, your passion, your ambition, and then your spiritual self, sense of hopes, dreams, and vision. The Empress, like I said, that's not insubstantial. That's somebody who represents empowerment, and you find that attractive in and of itself. So, something to think about. Okay, King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. And it's like, back to work. Now, this is your jam. This is your absolute jam. King of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. You're really good at this, no doubt. Your work energy is here. You got a firm mind on it, very clear. See, look at you. You're such a... You have that lovely natural fire that's part of who you are. Justice, Knight of Wands. Oh, yeah. Nine of Cups. You're just like, I live for this shit. Now this, I love this. I love this. See, when you're established, it's a no-brainer. Your energy shows up beautifully. Oh, my gosh. You love what you do. It brings out this ambition in you. Oh, man. Justice, Nine of Cups. You're like, I live for this. You love this. I love that you love your work energies. When a fire sign is very satiated at work and happy there, it shows. You're just like, this is... It's like, I have never been more correct in my life than in this function, in this role. And justice, it's not just spiritual correctness. It's like technical, legal, Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups is so on point with your work energies. It's not even funny. Some of you are very ambitious, but I'm telling you, I see a spike of creativity that runs through you, or you work with creatives. I'm telling you right now. But justice, yeah, Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups, this is so your thing. Oh, you're so good at it. Some of you just hit the height of your work energies and perhaps it's coming down and you're glowing a little bit. But it seems like you're getting a lot of recognition and kudos. So let me tell you something about humans and how we function, okay? How we tend to do one thing is how we tend to do another. That doesn't mean it works, but that is our approach as humans. You're showing me a lot of natural fire around your work energies. You're saying it's a big part of who I am. It makes me who I am. So the fact that you're reacting to this person with a similar amount of fire, what does that tell you? It's kind of like you're saying inadvertently that I feel like this person and I are very compatible, or that they're my equal, and they bring out those qualities in me that I associate with success at work. So what does that tell you? When you're at work, you feel a certain kind of way, and then I see it's the same way reflected with this person. Being connected that makes you feel successful, accomplished. So is that love? Only you can answer that. And you're just like, I'm not convinced I'm going down that road, but my darling, you are. You're on a road. And it does involve the Ace of Cups, but you're like, really, Two of Swords, Seven of Swords. I don't know. I'm not convinced. Anyway, for the next couple weeks, while you're busy trying to talk yourself out of this idea of, are you in love? Are you actually on that path? Just please know that whomever this is, you have a very high regard for. And when you're with them, you feel like you. So much like you. So take that into consideration. That's a blessing when you have a connection like that in your life, and when you can feel like yourself with them. Okay. And then you have an excellent couple of work weeks, and you will continue to do so. Meditation brings answers. Yeah, a lot of people need to do reflection in meditation. It's very simple. It's not a big deal. Yeah, not to the right time, actually in reverse. Oh. Not the right time. So that's what you've been telling yourself. Now's not the time. There is no such thing as the right time. There really isn't. Life is terribly, horribly inconvenient. But not the right time. In reverse, it fell out in my lap. That's what we've been telling ourselves. Not the right time. That's not true. You can take it as slow as you want, but the thing is, it seems to me you're already there. It's just you mentally acknowledging it. You. And your presence of your path and your heart's actual orientation. But okay. G, D. We have the medallions of Pisces, Libra, Leo, Gemini. Oh, and Scorpio. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the season. Might be important to you. The reason why they got my attention is because of the succinctness. We have. We're currently in Gemini season. Then we go into Cancer. Then we go into Leo. But just to let you know, we have the opportunity to connect with this and continue to mix emotions with them in a very strong way. You enjoy it a lot. I think you'd like to see it long term. But that long-term vision is really kind of being held up by this idea of embracing love as the truth. Anyway. Aries, honey, Yeah, just to let you know. I mean, it looks good. It looks beautiful. I see how you try to block the feel-good energy between you and this person when it's your natural response. Something to think about. All right, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me, Aquarius. Oh, okay. I'll just say, interesting. The Hermit, 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Whoa, look at you. 9 of Wands. Ace of Cups. Yo. 2 of Cups. Okay. Strength. 4 of Cups. Judgment. Okay. Interesting. I gotta say, I had a weird feeling for you when I started shuffling yours. 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, gosh, look at you. Ho, ho, ho. Well, someone's very fluent in their work energies, very competent, very stable. You seem to be accustomed to it. 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. This is very deliberate. Okay. You went from a path of singular activity, independence. Okay. And personal security, the Hermit, contemplative over time, you've gone into a 10. So this was deliberate. This Aquarius made a name for themselves. Oh, yes. Based on a lot of years of experience and careful cultivation of your activities. So it's not just your personal home, career, finances, all those things, plus an extensive network of people, resources, connections, community. Very deliberate. Like I said, careful cultivation, and that's catching up to you in these 2 weeks, and something for you to think about. How much you have accomplished. Perhaps what is left for you to do. But I tell you what, you've already accomplished quite a bit. But yeah, I see you giving this your full focus over the next couple of weeks, but seriously thinking about it over time, what you have managed to do in and of your own right. It's almost like I need to reassure myself of these activities. I need to reassure myself of my foundation because I believe you're trying to see it in the absence of this influence. 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups. You're showing me I want that one out of here. You adamant too. I'm blocking it. I'm not into it. I don't want the influence. I don't want the connection. So I don't know what the 2 of Cups is, guys. That can be a deep bond, a shallow bond. Someone you think very poorly of, someone that you used to think the world of, but you can't have them in your life anymore. I don't know. So whatever that is to you, but it's like, I think that's why you're doing an assessment of your world and just reassuring yourself that all is well. You created all this. You created this empire. It was off your back, your time, energy, and effort. And I think you're saying, I'll be just fine without them. And you mean it. A Strength, 4 of Cups, Judgment. That also gave me pause. And strength, yes, I want you to have strength, overcome the discipline and the poor influence, or as you perceive it as a poor influence, judgment. While you are showing me, get out of here, cold shoulder, get away from me. It's not done. In some way, this connection will reemerge in time via a lesson or a direct crossover influence. I don't know. And I don't want you to feel threatened by that. Okay. Looking at you, you're very secure, right? And you would not be shoving this energy out of your life unless you had darn good reason to. Feel free to share if you're so inclined. The Strength, 4 of Cups, you will overcome this sadness. You will overcome this disappointment. You will learn from it. And while you're saying it's done, the influence is done, it's not quite. At a later date and time. ... Okay, 9 of Pentacles, the Hermit. 10 of Pentacles. Ace of Wands, the Chariot. Okay, you putting forth into the world what it is you intend to do, and you're actually quite positive about it. That's lovely. Oh, but you've made your words very clear. Eight of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Chariot. I will journey forth this way. And I'm taking all this fabulous energy with me. All my years of work and competence and experience go with me, and this is how I'm going to proceed. You're actually showing me a lot of bright enthusiasm here. You believe in yourself, and you should do. My goodness, look at you. You should believe in yourself. You have a lot of strong-willed attributes that suggest long-term discipline, steadiness of character, productivity, thoughtful consideration for where you find yourself and where you will see yourself in the future. I mean, it's wonderful, and I'm happy that you're speaking for yourself in a bright way, filled with light, and your next sense of journey. Okay? Oh yeah, you're like, I intend to not just do right by me, but to move on with my life and positivity, warmth, love, hope, optimism. Okay. You made your intent very clear here with your words. Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. And I think you're also expressing gratitude. You know, I have a lot, and I'm thankful for every bit of it. I earned it, but I'm also thankful for it. I like that. So what's this about? Nine of Wands, Eight of Cups, Two of Cups. Knight of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Yeah, okay. You're saying there's an energy here that's a little bit more on the impulsive side, not very steady, a little flaky, a little inconsistent. It's a weird sort of mix of sometimes it's grounded and then sometimes it's impulsive or gone. Nine of Wands, that's what you're blocking. Yeah. It's the effort. The effort doesn't measure up correctly in your eyes. Okay. Someone here who won't do the work, or even when they do, they're not consistent with it, which to many people, and I agree with you, is the same as doing nothing at all. So imagine you show up, and you work strong for a week, but then you're gone for a week. It kind of nullifies everything you've done. So I'm seeing an energy that shows up sometimes, does the work strongly, and then is gone. It's inconsistent, and it's created emotional disparity in you. You don't feel good about them. You want to block the effort. You're saying you don't need that. You're not impulsive at all. This is someone who is very methodical and steadfast in their efforts over the years. In fact, you've written so many game plans for yourself. You could write the book of game plans if you wanted to. So this is not working for you. This mixed effort has created one result, and that is emotional detachment for you. Okay? You don't like it. You don't like it. And I get that, I do. Mixed effort is almost the same as none at all, because you can't rely upon it for consistency. And for Aquarius, the Aquarius I'm looking at, that's going to be kind of a big deal for you. I get it. So I don't know who that is to you. I don't know that's an intimate connection. It's that someone that you tried to include them for their effort on the path and the foundation, but you cannot rely upon them, and that has frustrated you infinitely to the point you have to block them and say, no more from you, thank you. Okay. Yeah, they're getting excluded from the work, and that would explain the assessment I've seen for you. Everything's good here? Okay. All right. Them leaving is not going to affect the bigger picture. Strength, Four of Cups, Judgment. The Moon, Knight of Swords, a Star. So like I said, from your point of view, it's over. I got them out. I don't want them affecting my foundation. I don't trust that energy. I'm not into it. And strength to overcome the sadness and disappointment. You had really hoped this person's effort or presence would work. It didn't. So you're disappointed, you know it, and you're like, I'm going to deal with it. Strength. And judgment. It's not quite done. The moon, Knight of Swords, the star. Hear me out, or rather hear that energy out. I have nothing to do with it. I'll just read the cards. The moon, Knight of Swords, the star. You know, this comes back when it's supposed to come back. You can't see it. Even now as you push it away. I'm not sure that it's, I want to say re-strategizing. It's not quite right. Even as you push this out of your world, get it out of there, minimize its influence altogether, it's coming up with counter energies to come back when it can. Knight of Swords, the star. So when it does reemerge, it will be as judgment. So judgment for them and judgment for you based on lessons and what you know about the situation in person. And then there's what you don't know that hasn't been revealed about their thoughts and actions. It looks like they're going to rush in, so it might come across initially as impulsive, which would be in line with this person's character a little bit. So that doesn't necessarily surprise you. What I think might surprise you is how much they want this, the star. How much they want to communicate. They have different plans and actions than how you two originally connected. Something to counter the previous behaviors or the previous disparities. Whatever was missing and the reason they got rejected, I'm seeing a counter in their energy to correct it. So the star's coming in as healing, a correction of vision, and it is being expressed to you. You know none of this at this time. At this time, you're like, get out of here. Okay? But yeah, like I said, it'll reemerge later. I'm not sure how much later. It's beyond 2 weeks. But I don't know that it's necessarily seasons or years. Okay? It might take a couple of moon rotations. Maybe somewhere out there in Leo season. But the moon, Knight of Swords, the star. Could be sooner. I don't quite know. But based on lessons, you can either take their plan for counteraction seriously or you can't. You can either include them in a reasonable way because it seems logical to you and correct, or it doesn't. That's it. They got judgment, so do you. Can I trust you? Because you know what? Your inconsistent track record speaks for itself, doesn't it? Right? Meditate. Everybody's getting this. Meditation brings answers. Think on this a little more, but when the time is right. You've already done your reflection. And I like the positivity of your intent and your will and your spirit and your feeling. And reassess all as well. So I know you've already given this a lot of thought. And you've given this situation a lot of thought, and that's why you're shoving it away. I get it. You're blocking it. But here, when it comes through again, with more material for you to consider, and you didn't expect it, think on it. You'll know what to do. Romance. I didn't say it that way, but to each their own. I'm seeing a lot of the pentacle here. The stability of the real world. So my default was a working situation where someone was not living up, well, to their contribution. But yes, you showed me emotional detachment. So absolutely. This could be what you call a romantic situation, but it's not stable. Okay? Or it's stable for a week and then it's unstable for another week, which counters the effort. Okay. X, P, Y, Q, G, M, and then we have the crescent moon. Okay? Perhaps by the light of the next crescent moon, you'll have more information, insight, or that's where you are now. All right, Aquarius, honey. Oh, and I forgot to point out, this is your power card. Yes, that is you, darling. Yeah, they have countermeasures or counter offer for you. that they will try to impress upon you. But it's up to you if you want to take them seriously or include their plans for change or counter moves. That's up to you. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. And happy birthday. Show me Gemini, please. Send him in. It's okay. Send him in. Right now, just before I started yours, doorbell rang and all that, and then Cinnamon's like, "Who's there?" It's okay, baby. She's on guard. My sweet girl. Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords, the Emperor, Five of Swords, the Tower. Oh, that's why. That's why. I've already said, hey, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong with hanging out? It's like, well, nothing on principle. It's just who with. Okay. Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. You receive some communication soon. Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. You're reluctant to participate, to reply. You're reluctant. It's like, I don't know if I should avoid that. Hesitating to respond at all. I don't know if I want to do that. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords. Here's the deal. It's an opportunity to hang out, connect. It could be romantic. Sure. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords. Here's the thing. I see that as Page of Swords, someone's looking at you. I have no doubt this is the person that extended you the words, the invitation, something. So right here, the energy seems light, easy, positive. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, that's easy. Social, emotional connectivity, hanging out, feeling good. And like I said, it can go in that direction of romance, certainly. Got a little passion there. We got some water. Okay. But I got an inquiring eye, a little eye. Gemini, what are your thoughts? You going to respond? Something like that. So Page of Swords really only has two interpretations in tarot. Someone's looking, observing, because that's all anyone can do sometimes. And then the seed of an idea. It's not the seed of an idea. You already know what it is. So, the Emperor, Five of Swords, the Tower. You're like, not for me. No thanks. You equate it as being self-sabotaging in nature. Could be destructive. It's like, I'd rather not. You see this as an act of empowerment to either completely avoid this altogether, not respond, or even if you do respond, to indicate non-participation. Now, I'm not telling you have to. This Gemini is like, look, all I see is the worst in this. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Okay. Well, yeah, there might be something to that. I mean, if you have that much of a poor opinion or response, if that's your immediate response, then, there's probably truth in it. Okay. If you see this participation or agreeing as a form of self-sabotage, then it probably is. Okay? Because here's the thing. If you had agreed to connect to it and you didn't trust it, then in some way you would still be lining up to self-sabotage. See what I'm saying? So there you go. Eight of Wands. Because I see people do that all the time. In fact, that's more common in tarot. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. That should work out. So, I'd rather you be the person that prevents it than entertains it. So, Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yeah, but your first reaction told me everything when you went kind of, I'd rather not receive that in my inbox. I'd rather not receive that message. I'd rather not receive that DM, whatever it is. Six of Pentacles, the World, the Empress. Here's the deal. You already told yourself. Gemini already told themselves, I'm not gonna. That's an old world to me. It might have been a silent cycle. In other words, you didn't announce it. You just stopped doing it. So the World, the Six of Pentacles, the Empress. And I don't disagree with your decision. You just showed me that's that. I'm empowered. Yeah, no, you are. Okay. So that might have been a silent cycle. Whatever it is that you were balancing with, you stopped and you knew you were going to stop, but you didn't tell that situation or connection that you stopped, right? And you have your reasons, but above all, you probably did not perceive it as being worth your time, energy, attention, or effort. In other words, it wasn't worth wasting time on or spending time with. Six of Pentacles is extremely basic balance. Now, they're showing me Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, but to you, it represents an effort that you'd rather not. I'd rather not hang, you know. Now, for those of you who made it clear that you weren't going to participate in this anymore, then that means they are choosing to ignore your decision and put forward the invitation anyway. So that still would have been a moment of self-sabotage if you had made your wishes known. Don't count me in anymore. Stop inviting me. Stop asking me. And someone's like, oh, they didn't mean that. Okay. Still, it would have ended up in self-sabotage, right? So, all right. Because then you would have been contradicting yourself had you agreed. And then feeding into this person's delusion that everything's cool. That you still want to participate. See what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. Three of Cups, Ace of Wands, Page of Swords. Four of Swords, Ace of Cups. I've been healing the heart space there. Two of Cups. You've been trying to heal your heart space, and I think that they want to heal with you. But no, that's nice. Love seems to be one of the points here. Ace of Cups, Four of Swords, Two of Cups. They'd like to harmonize with you. But as far as I can tell, you've been wanting to rest your heart on your own. Okay? And heal your heart for yourself, not necessarily in conjunction with someone else. So... but from their point of view, they want to connect to you for reasons of emotionality and love. Okay. Emperor, Five of Swords. The Tower. Yeah, you putting your heart to rest so it can heal, that's one thing. But if they're trying to connect with you, to enter a space of love and heal with you, and you don't want to, especially if you said you weren't going to participate in that anymore, then yeah, it would not be correct for you. The Emperor, Five of Swords, the Tower. Three of Cups, Six of Wands, and the Page of Wands. See, there's that Three of Cups again, Six of Wands. Yeah, that's what we're referring to here. You saying, if I continue to connect to this, it would be reasons of ego and perhaps emotional vanity or sexual vanity. It's not where I want to be. I don't want to connect to it. I don't want to continue to give to it. So you kind of see it as an empty connection, one that doesn't have much significance to you, and you don't want to give to it under false pretenses. And I understand. You know, Five of Swords, the Tower, yeah. I mean, you giving to that would be a form of self-sabotage. You giving to that would be feeding a delusion. And I don't think you want to, no. It's like you're done with that. There's something here about, you know what, they might want to connect to you romantically. And that's all well and good, but you're not perceiving it that way. That's not how you're experiencing it. You even said, I just don't see it as being worth my time, energy, attention, and effort. But from your point of view, that Three of Cups, yeah, it's pretty easy to connect to it, but you're saying it'd be easy to connect to it for reasons of vanity. Are they yours or theirs? And you're not into it. The bigger part of you says, I'm not into it. Okay. My thing is did you communicate clearly that you don't want to hang out anymore? Because if you didn't, they don't know, so they're still asking you. Okay. So that's one of the downsides to being silent with our intents, is that from their point of view, they still have reason to ask you. Okay. If you did say, hey, I don't want to connect to this anymore, and they're still asking you, okay, that can be very flattering that they're still interested, but here's the thing, it's also running contrary to what you indicated. So if you're that person that you perhaps on your own terms and conditions close this cycle out silently in your mind, perhaps it's time you told them, I don't want to connect anymore. I'm not experiencing us in a deeper way. It's nice. It's nice, but I really honestly feel like this is kind of like more of a superficial connection for me. It's not going to deeper places for me, you know? Okay. And if you have made yourself clear, then all the more reason to decline the invitation. That means they're testing boundaries and hoping that you'll negotiate. Reconsider. Also, are they asking you to reconsider? Page of Swords here. They're asking you to reconsider. So you did tell them you didn't want to hang out anymore. You want to reconsider that, Gemini? We can still have fun, sexy times. It's just hanging out. What's the big deal about hanging out? In some way it gives you what you want, but I already know is not good for me. That's the problem with hanging out. Can we just be friends? You don't want to be just friends, and we both know it. we want more. So, okay, all right. That's why you associate the connection with ego and vanity. Not necessarily feeding yours, but perhaps theirs. Okay. I would say you pulled the Emperor and Empress in and of your own right, so I know you don't associate yourself with small energies and small decisions. Okay. A, U, C, M. We have the medallions of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. All the water signs here. But listen to yourself. But listen, you might have some very strong water in your chart. Absolutely. Could be connecting to. Seasons might be important to you. The next upcoming would be Cancer, so obviously right after yours. But this is happening within the next 2 weeks. So not quite there yet. And then we have the Fox. Oh, I see. Cute, clever. Is this person like cute, hot, sexy, maybe? They're used to getting what they want. Well, that's why they reapproached you. They're not used to being turned down. Tale's old as time, honey. You always end up wanting what it is you can't have, and, you know, you're clearly the catch, and there's someone who still has a little bit, but some growing up to do. Being cute and clever isn't everything. But foxy, yeah, I think they're used to getting what they want. It seems not with you. So, I think we got that mystery solved. All right. Gemini, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, what's up? Show me Libra. Page of Swords, Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands. Man, I'll tell you what. The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. Good for you. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and Judgment. Oh my gosh, what is going on, man? People are like, I'm not happy. Block. Get out of here. And, okay, that's common enough. It's just the repetition of it. I'm seeing a lot of fresh walks, a lot of fresh blocks, and then a reoccurring influence. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people out there testing people's limits right now. You didn't really mean that. I'm not going to take you seriously. I just... Oh, what is the deal, man? Page of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands. I'm out of here. Leave me alone. I'm not trying to look at you, and you don't need to be looking at me. Go away. Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands. I said so. Libra said so. The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. And it's not for nothing. You've got other things you need to do. And there's some powerful things here. Congratulations are in order for many of you. The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. You've been working hard on this brand new beginning, and I want you to have it. I want you to feel good about it. I want you to feel empowered and sexy and strong-willed. And okay, so whatever this is represents a turning point in your life. It's yours. You're ready for it. I want you to take it. I want you to have it. Just be that badass, right? But also temperate. Right? Non-rushed. A lot of consideration has gone into this new beginning. So I want you to enjoy it at its fullest. So I don't know what you just got done going, but it's not quite done. You're not the only collective to show me that. I used to say air signs, bro. I don't know. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, Judgment. Just when you're resting on it, it's like, okay, I'm good. I'm safe. This is out of my life. It's not causing me misery. I don't feel on the defense all day, every day. Oh, I can breathe. Libra can breathe. This Libra can breathe, chill, relax. Four of Swords, Four of Cups. Damn, Judgment. Ah. I know. Aquarius. I believe it was Aquarius, or it was one of the fire signs. They had a walking situation. It sprung back up. And Gemini had I'll tell you what, they had their boundaries tested. So what is the deal, man? Page of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands. I'll tell you what. We make good on those boundaries. We communicate them effectively. We get on with our lives. And people are like, yeah, but I know you didn't mean it. Okay, Page of Swords, Eight of Cups. Or you know what? I've thought about this situation. Here's how I can fix it. I mean, why does it take endings and people walking to understand where the fix-it energies are? Oh, it's not till the worst things happened until I'm motivated to finally fix it. You had all these insights and warnings and talks. Okay. Page of Swords, Eight of Cups, Seven of Wands. Ten of Wands, Strength, Ace of Pentacles. Okay. You're showing me I'm actively walking from something in my life, situation, circumstance, or connection, because I have been working so hard for the Ace of Pentacles, which I already gave you full credit for. It's here twice. You have been working for this new beginning. You have been working so hard for this opportunity, and you have exuded patience, so much patience. And I don't mean weeks. I don't mean months. I'm talking seasons, maybe years for this opportunity, this new beginning. It's yours. I want you to take it. So I don't know what got the old heave-ho over here. That wasn't even your point of concentration. It's about getting rid of something out of your life that makes you unhappy, that puts you on the defense all day, every day, that you consider emotionally draining or physically tiresome. Combination of the two. And Strength, Ace of Pentacles, and devoting so much of your energy towards this new beginning. So it's yours. Take it, please. 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 But the old way of doing things, situation, circumstance, or connection is over from your point of view. I need to get rid of this so I can make space for this. I want to stop doing that so I can enjoy this over here. Okay. The Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. Five of Pentacles, Judgment. Eight of Cups. And people are like, why are you reading those so negative? What? Hello? Hello? I want to see more of what you got going on that's good, healthy, wholesome for you. right? I want people to live their best lives and exude their best energies. But guess what? Real life is here as well. And good tarot reflects the real life. And these back and forth struggles, sometimes they're internal from within us, and sometimes they're external. And this Libra has worked so hard to open up a pathway in the life that says, I have my shit together, and I get to live that empowered life, and I get to be healed and happy. I'm doing away with this old thing, and the old thing comes back up again. I have no control over that. 5 of Pentacles, Judgment, 8 of Cups. Hey, who do you think you are, Libra? Who do you think you are? You walk away from this situation, you get your echo over here. I don't know what it is, but it's not letting you forget that you walked and wants you in some way to fix the situation or put some time, energy, effort back into it. Not enough to say completely fix it or complete it, but it still wants something from you. It's a drag. It's an absolute drag. And it reminds you of all the broken stuff that you've trying to leave behind you. You worked hard for this Ace of Pentacles, this brand new beginning. I'm seeing it as overall life path structure. But for some of you, it represents a brand new job in a brand new town with a brand new car and a brand new whatever. I don't know. But it's here many times, and it's yours. But the old way of operating, doing, or connecting is out. It doesn't want to be out. It still wants to be within your purview of experiences and still in some way benefit from your time, energy, attention, effort, or even resources at this point. And that makes me nervous because that can be resources. Libra, help me out with this. I need you to continue to do so. You can't just walk away from me. Without you, this doesn't exist. So this is where I like to remind people. All cards in tarot, just like real life, have pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses. Bright spots, dark spots. 5 of Pentacles famously is one of the sad cards. I say that because I know a lot about tarot. Everything has its purpose. So 5 of Pentacles, as poorly as it is perceived, can be a strength. You have to know when to abandon situations. What do you think this was about? Walking away is just another way of saying, I abandon it. I let it go. I cannot give to it anymore. I don't want to. I don't want to emotionally be present. And I insist upon that. That's not too different from one's physical presence either. The 5 of Pentacles. I told you you were leaving behind everything that was broken or doesn't work. Situation, circumstance, connections too. Whatever it means to you. Any of those things, one of those things, all of them. And here it is reminding you it still exists. And it needs you to continue to exist. That's up to you. If you want to go back and continue to give to this, this is up to you. But I will remind you of why you gave it hard limits to begin with. Is because you didn't want to keep participating. So if you backtrack on that, in some way you will contradict yourself. And I don't want you to do that because this Libra is not trying to live that life. But it's up to you. You walked, honey, and it's still your choice to continue to walk. Keep walking. You put on your walking shoes that day. You don't have to take them off just because it reemerges. And why? Probably, again, because it can't exist without your participation. 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, Judgment. Rest. Rest on this. You and 4 other people have pulled the meditation card. I know. There's so much. What is going on? People having their decisions tested, pushed back on, disagreed with, trying to get people to self-sabotage, change their mind, like I saw with Gemini. That shit was wild. Okay. 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords, Judgment. Knight of Cups, the Moon. 10 of Pentacles. See? I want you to reflect on this. This is not a guarantee of an action. It's a reflection. It came forward. You can see it now. Knight of Cups. While you feel for it, in a way you kind of care about it. You're saying you don't want to personally be emotionally involved, but you care about it. The Moon and the 10 of Pentacles, and it's become so clear to you now through some rest, reflection, and insight, that whatever this represents, its stability cannot exist without you. It's made itself... It's weird. Because I said it. It cannot exist without you. It knows that situation cannot exist without you. But it's like the worst kept secret. The reason it keeps reapproaching you or reminding you of its existence is because without you it doesn't seem to have stability or structure. That's the truth behind all this, but it's not making itself obvious to you. But with some reflection and insight, you can figure it out for yourself. It doesn't seem to have stability without you, but it's like the worst kept secret. It reapproaches you, even though you've made yourself clear you don't want to make yourself available to it. Why? 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 Think about that. Why? It is going to come down to you and your judgment call. All right? You remember the reasons why you walked. You can re-enter that if you want. It's up to you. But based on lessons, and while you care about it, do you care enough about it for it to continue to participate? Because let's be clear, there is no semblance of stability without your participation in that situation, circumstance, or connection. You know why you kind of shoved it away from you. You have no reason to believe that that's going to change. Okay? Yeah. But it's like the worst kept secret. Worst kept secret. Five of Pentacles twice and Judgment twice. It doesn't exist without you, or it doesn't function very well without you. It won't come out and say it. But why do you think it keeps popping up? So something for you to think about. Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and Judgment. This is where I'd like to pull a couple more cards and see what your final answer is. But you kind of eschewed it once, and then I see you eschew it twice, and it comes up again. So you get to choose, guys. But make sure that if you choose to give this any of your time, energy, attention, effort, or resources, let's not pretend that's not in here. Make sure you do so from a conscious place, a forward place, and ask yourself if it's the right thing for you to do via your own sense of empowerment. Is it within your wheelhouse to give to this in any sort of way? And is that right for you? Does this situation at all represent overgiving? Okay? And is that something that you can live with and sign off on? Because let's be clear, it didn't say it was going to improve or change. It just said it needs you to participate. So you already know what the dynamic is. That's not going to change. Okay? So in a way, your heart goes out to it, but not enough to emotionally invest in it. Okay, fine. So this would have to be a practical decision for you. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. If you want to decline it again, then you need to make sure that your wishes are absolutely understood, so this way it will stop reapproaching you or stop trying to guilt you into participating. I can't exist, or this situation can't exist without you, so it's your fault if this fails. No, that situation has its own energy to participate in and make choices around, not just you. But anyway, I really just want you to enjoy this new beginning. I do. You worked so hard for it. Unlikely. Unlikely. G, Y. We have the medallions of Scorpio and Taurus. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons might be important to you. Last Taurus season in particular. We just entered Gemini not too long ago. Scorpio, no, it's too far out. But yeah, the placements might be within and then also possibly connecting to. All right. Libra, honey. This one was complex. I really want people to stick with their best decisions. Their best decisions for the self of the self. You got to know you are tasked. Everybody is tasked with understanding what is right for them and what is wrong for them. And we do that via real world experiences, lessons to appreciate those experiences, what they taught us. You ignored this twice, or say, get away from me twice, or I'm leaving this twice. It shouldn't be happening a third time, but it is. So you're saying, count me out or don't try to get me involved isn't strong enough. You didn't world it. You didn't death it. But it might be time that you make your wishes absolutely clear. If this situation cannot exist without my effort, and I don't want to be here, then perhaps it's not supposed to work out or succeed. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, what's up? Show me, Taurus. Yeah. What is going on? Six of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Okay. Seven of Pentacles, the World. Oh, Nine of Wands. I don't know why I'm surprised by that. I mean, it's literally within your power structure. It's just, I don't typically associate, well, fuck it, with Taurus. I just, the opposite. I was like, okay, they're going to be in there for a while messing around with that. And you went, no, actually, I'm not into it. Okay. All right. Oh, Five of Wands, the Empress, Four of Cups. Oh, okay. Six of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Is like, I'm trying to make something work here. In fact, it's more than one thing. You're working with a couple different situations or circumstances and you're trying to make them all work, at least in your mind. Okay, which situation I need to give more time, energy, attention, effort to, and you're trying to make it fit, Okay, which one's priority then? Which one's priority? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this is a known structure to you. And the thing is with the Seven of Pentacles, you'll work with it so long as you see improvements, okay? I guess you didn't see any improvements, or you just lost motivation or I don't know what the hell, but you just went the World, Nine of Wands. Fuck it. Stagnant ass pathway. It's not going to change. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to fit. Nothing's going to fit. Nothing works. Nothing's going to fit. And you just did away with There's some attitude in there too. I very rarely see you like this. Very rarely. So I don't know how long you've been trying to make these balances work or become more productive or more fluid or more succinct. I don't know. Bless you. I mean, it is within your power structure to keep a lot of things going at one time until they eventually work or solve themselves. And it's like Seven of Pentacles. This is as good as it gets, don't it? And you just went, nah. The World, Nine of Wands. And there's some attitude in there too. It's like, I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to make this shit work. And that's it. You stopped. You just stopped. You just stopped. Five of Wands, the Empress, Four of Cups. You're, okay, listen. What you did here is generating a little bit of a response, a bit of a reprisal. And you're doing your best to ignore it, which is, again, wild for you. The Empress, I don't care. Haters can hate. That's the kind of energy you're showing me right here. Haters can hate. I'm going to ignore it. Four of Cups, you're not happy. You are not happy. You're not happy with how this wasn't working out. You weren't happy with your efforts to try to work with it, keep it working, make it function better. You're not happy that you scrapped it. And then also the fact that you're getting a lot of heat for this, you're not happy with that either. It's not that the situation sucks necessarily for whoever these outsiders are. It's that it sucked for you first and foremost. And I think that's why you were upset most of all, because it sucked for you the longest. You had the most priority energies around these things. And it wasn't working for you first and foremost. So everything begins with the self. The energy you're putting into this in some way was not working for you. You were not getting the results you wanted, and you're disappointed above all, more than any of these other people are, or figures are. So it's almost like you're showing me, I don't expect you to understand. So you go ahead and argue and push back on me. I don't care. I'm upset more than you are. And you are. Technically you are. I think it's easy to be a commentator when you pay for cheap seats. When you're actually running the show and everything's riding on you and you don't like what you're producing, you absolutely have more say and authority about what happens to that show. Okay? If it gets cancels or not, for instance. But that doesn't mean you didn't bust your ass trying to put on a good show. And that's what they don't see. All the effort you put into it prior to scrapping it. Now, you might get back to it in a couple of weeks. I have no idea. I say it's very unlike you. So maybe you need some time away from this. I don't know. But for now, it's like, I'm not going to fuck with this for the next couple of weeks. You can go ahead and bitch and scream as much as you want, because you're getting some feedback. You are getting some feedback, my friend. I'll tell you what. The readings are real different today for everybody. And that's okay. I like different. Real tarot is real life. You know, and this is as real as anything else, you know. Six of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. I'm tired of trying to make these pieces fit and make them make sense. I'm the one doing the work. I'm putting in the time, energy, and effort. And for some of you, that's really real. I'm not trying to minimize that. For many of you, this can represent multiple roles. Multiple roles, multiple sets of responsibility within any given day or time or even hour. I mean, I think you've tried to work with this as much as you can. Try to be flexible to these energy situations, roles, responsibilities, contracts, whatever it is you were working with. Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the Emperor. Yeah, you see, you do consider yourself very much in charge of these things. The Emperor, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and you've done your best to moderate your speed around every single one of these things. Some of you have to have extreme flexibility in your everyday situations and still manage everything. So you're boss in this position. And Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Again, you've done your best to be flexible. When you needed to slow things down, you slowed things down. When you needed to speed things up, you would speed things up. And it was always by your will, by your command. But I still see the majority of these responsibilities attached to you. And therefore, you hold yourself responsible for any given outcome. So, like I said, first and foremost, whatever this is, affects you first. So while you might be getting some kickback here, trust me, no one is more upset about this than you are. Seven of Pentacles, the World, Nine of Wands. You think I wanted to close this out? Who's been trying to work with all this? Yours truly. All right, Seven of Pentacles, the World, Nine of Wands. Oh, Ten of Swords. Yay. The Chariot, the Page of Pentacles. I'm not moving this forward anymore. You get on? Okay. Oh, okay. You know, I'm not going to be the driver anymore. I'm not going to be, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hang out in the back seat. How's that? Or I'm just going to get out of the car You know what? This car sucks. I don't like where it's going. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to be behind the driver's seat anymore. Ten of Swords, Chariot, stop. Halt. Halt all activities. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I know you. It is bizarre. I've seen you float some crazy shit. 6 of Pentacles, a 2 of Pentacles, a 10 of Pentacles, a 8 of Pentacles, and you'll be like, it's normal for me. But this... Man. I don't know. It's not that you couldn't keep doing it. You could. You don't want to keep doing it. It's not coming together. Oh, imagine putting together a 50-piece orchestra and you only have 30 pieces to work with. It's something's missing here, and you're trying to make it all work. And now you want to stop trying to make it all work. Like I said, no one's more disappointed than you. 10 of Swords, the Chariot, Page of Pentacles. I understand. I understand why you got some edge on it. And now you're showing me leave me alone. And your energies. Outward, stop, stop, stop. Stop. 5 of Wands, the Empress, 4 of Cups. All right. Let's take a look. Excuse me. 2 of Swords. The Magician. 9 of Swords. What to do next? I know. I know. And you're trying to figure that out. You're trying to figure it out. Bless you. What to do next. Right now, I think your immediate reaction is correct. Stop this. The World, 10 of Swords. Some of you might pick this back up later and continue to work with it. That's on your mind. 2 of Swords, the Magician, 9 of Swords. But the idea of it stresses you out if it continues on as is. I agree. That would be enough to stress anybody out. If you wanted to keep doing the same thing and continue to get the same results, you would have stayed in there. So the long-term question of you're going to continue on in this path with these responsibilities, okay, with these kind of working energies, that's something you need to continue to think about. As is not acceptable. I agree with you. But is there room for changes? That's something for you to contemplate on. Long-term changes. And these people arguing is not helping. There's a lot of voices in there. Pick and choose those voices that have the most credibility that you will listen to, okay, as positive influence or correct influence. You know which voices to exclude. But yeah, first and foremost, you need to understand for yourself. You're the one who's most unhappy about all this. You wanted it to work, not for it to fail. And even then, I wouldn't count this as a failure. I wouldn't. There's something to be learned in all this. Speed wasn't the issue. Shifting gears, flexibility was not the issue. You were flexible to the extreme. You were on point in as much as you were capable of being. I see that. You took responsibility for the things that needed to be taken responsibility of. I see that. So then ask yourself, it was the material you had to work with, the resources, or the people. There's something more in there for you to look at. But yeah, what do you want to do next? So I know this looks like a big pile of what the fuck for the people who don't resonate. In which case, check your the placements. You know the drill. For those of you who do resonate, yeah, that's how it feels like. Yeah, but take a break from this in as much as you can. A breather. Okay? There's a part of you that's angry and restless, and that needs to come down. For you, more than anything else. And then that you can hopefully more clearly, conscientiously manifest what you want to do next with this. Right now, the volume in your head and in your spirit is so high. We got to turn down the volume so you can hear yourself better. Right? I'm rooting for you, like always. I root for my collectives. These are some extreme energies. I agree with your immediate decision here to halt all activities. I get it. And I think, knowing you, mind you, keep in mind, 5, 6, 7, these are your minor cards. You will work with this stuff. But mind you, for this Taurus, they've met their limit. Turns out you have a limit. You met yours. Okay? I can see you continuing to work with these activities, with these contracts, with these projects, with these resources, but not as is. So think about that. What needs to change? Because you know, whatever you were doing here is not working. Perhaps a better use of resource management or time management, not necessarily on your part. Okay. Ooh, I hate leaving like this, but this is true, guys. You need to think. You take the next couple of weeks to think. And you know, the long term, guys, the long term might be that you drop this particular role of responsibility like a hot potato. It's like, that's it, I'm done. That's it, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I know you. You will literally find other things to do. This is not your problem, finding something to do. Okay? This is not you may not be the fastest, but I tell you what, when you're in there, you're fixed energy. It takes a lot for you to change, honey. So that tells me it's not a challenge. It's not an insult. All signs have pros and cons. This is the way of it. There's no way around it. Okay? Don't get me started on Scorpio's issues. So look, that fixed energy you have, make sure it works for you first and foremost. If you're going to be stubborn, make sure your stubbornness works for you. Right? If you're going to maximize your resources and go the extra mile and give everything you got to the situation, make sure it's because it benefits you first. All right? Otherwise, you're throwing your resources, your time, energy, and attention at a brick wall. What's the point of that? So this may not be the thing for you. There's an immediate halt in all activities, but it might be a long-term halt. Think about that. Oh no, you get mad. You get mad. I did all this for la 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 la. Opportunity. It might be time to look at a new opportunity, y'all. It might be that time. Something to think about. MYS. We have the medallions of Sag. Capricorn. Yeah. If you have some Capricorn in your chart, that would doubly spike your sense of ambition and drives. Right? That makes sense. Capricorn's very ambitious, so if you got any in your chart, and it definitely feels like you've been defeated, you haven't. This just may not be for you, whatever this is. All right. Dragon. Yeah. Some Aries in there too. Oh, yeah. I saw a little temper tantrum in there. Not trying to knock on Aries. I'm just familiar with that energy. It's like, yeah, that impatience. Yep. All right. Right now you're mad. You're breathing fire a little bit. It's okay. And then we have, I said orchestra for a reason, didn't I? We have the music symbol. Some of you work with music, profession, hobby, but like most people, perhaps music is how you intuitively tune. Continue on with that practice. It will help soothe you, okay? And then also give you a sense of guidance and direction. But yeah, let me know if you work in music or the media or something like that. That might explain all the versatility I'm saying for you. Okay, Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. I do. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Virgo. Justice. The Hermit, you darling. Queen of Swords, look at you. Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. Heads up, the energy is very different from you. Very. Reverse as you see fit. Two of Cups, the Sun, Knight of Cups. Beautiful. Lovely. If that's where it's going to go, hey, I love it. Absolutely. Hallelujah. Justice, the Hermit, Queen of Swords. This Virgo, that's you, that's your power card, has taken some quality time for themselves to understand their own sense of balance in a deep way, not in a light way, but in a deep way. Justice here. Contemplating your own sense of balance, what makes you you, your path, how you've experienced it so far, your thoughts on the subject. You have a very strong mind and a lovely, kind of soft, quiet, firm will. But yeah, taking some much needed time to contemplate your own sense of correctness. Karma, justice, technical, legal, spiritual, any of these things, all of these things. Strong mind. And then I see your attention turn around very quickly in a particular direction. Queen of Swords, you're not showing me you're threatened. It's like you have my full attention. Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. Something's coming in soon. Very soon. And Queen of Wands, someone who's a little bit on the fiery side, but also just perhaps naturally passionate, creative. Knight of Swords, Five of Cups. Comes in fast. But sadness. They're either talking to you about something that makes them sad, or in some way perhaps they're approaching you with some sort of apology. The reason I like it, though, is because it's clear. It's clear. Knight of Swords. Now I can see things like sadness from the heart. Okay. But when it comes from a clear mind, that tells me someone's thought about it. Okay. So while it seems fast acting and even impulsive, it's not. It's got a clear message. Can't mistake it. So that's good. I'm sorry, I got a little hot-headed. Like, in other words, they ID'd the problem. Or, I don't know how long ago this was. Five of Cups is technically in the past, so. But I was thinking about that one time. Okay, I said something I shouldn't have said, or did something I shouldn't have done, so it's thoughtful in nature. That's good. Two of Cups, the Sun, Knight of Cups. Yay! And there we have, simply put, emotional harmony, sunshine, happiness, and feel good. The feel good energies are back between you and this person. And they're softer, more receptive. They don't necessarily have to be romantic, even though the Knight of Cups is there. But the idea is the expression is free flowing. Okay? So Sun, Two of Cups, I'm seeing happiness and forgiveness and sunshine. I'm not saying you have to forgive them. I'm saying that's what's here. Okay. There will be details, and I know it looks incredibly easy, and perhaps some of you it is. You seem to know yourself pretty well, and you already have these ideas of justice. You know what's right for you. If you wanted to reject this, you could. The Virgo I'm looking at, you're not really interested in rejecting it. It's like, no, I actually want to hear what they have to say. Queen of Swords, inquiring mind. Absolutely. You can't become the Hermit unless you have an inquiring mind. That's just how it is. So at first I was like, oh, they're coming to you with a problem, and then I saw the bottom row. It could still be the case, but no, I'm actually seeing a very thoughtful form of regret coming to you. It's like, I'm sorry. Justice, the Hermit, Queen of Swords. And Four of Cups, so you were unhappy. Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Oh, you walked. Okay. And you're saying, was that right for me? Yeah, it was. Not as lashing out or comeuppance to whomever this is, but it's just a form of dignity. In some way, you were hurt or upset or disappointed, and you said, what's the best thing I can do? The best thing I can do is walk from the situation. Now, the Eight of Cups isn't always a long-term leave, but it's enough energy to say, I'm going to leave the situation. And I catch you up on your timeline. You said, I'm looking at it and I know it was right for me. It was hard, but it was right for me. That's absolutely right. The hard thing to do is often the right thing to do. Right? If the right thing were easy, everybody would do the right thing. But there you go. Yeah, it was the right thing for you to do, and you can look back on that comfortably, and you know that that's the truth. Okay. You don't look like the type of person that lashes out. Or it's like, I will have my vengeance upon thee. No. It's like the best thing I can do, reasonably, the best thing this Virgo could do at the time, upon reflection, was this hurt? I'm going to back away. Okay? Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Magician. They didn't know if you would cooperate, and that's fair. I have to say, this person's pretty thoughtful. And I say that because we're not making any assumptions here, which is good. We put thought into what happened. We put thought in how we caused someone else hurt or harm. We put thought into what was going on with us, right? And Three of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Magician. To their credit, were they manifesting cooperation with you? Mm-hmm. Did they think they were going to get it? No, they didn't assume anything. So good for them. No, I mean, honestly, this is the kind of thing I want people to do for themselves. When you screwed up, think about it, talk about it. Okay. And maybe the other side listens to you. Maybe the other side works with you. We can't make any guarantees, but you can do what's right for you. You did it. You did what was right for you in the opening. They're doing what's right for them over here. They gave it some thought. The most that they can hope from you is some sense of cooperation. Three of Pentacles. I'm not saying friendship here. I'm just saying the willingness to work on this. Seven of Swords. They have doubts, but they're going to try. They hope they can work things out with you in some reasonable way. Three of Pentacles is a reasonable get along with you structure. That's why it's often called friendship. But yeah, reasons why, who knows why. Like I said, could have gotten hot-headed, lost in the moment. They were thinking about their needs and not necessarily how what they say or do might hurt you. It's all in there. Like I said, it's pretty well thought about, which is good. It's not just somebody who sends you a text at 3 a.m. I'm sorry, winky face. No, this is thoughtful, which is what you want. Well, that's exactly what you want. Basically, you know, someone who is probably worth keeping the connection alive with. Two of Cups. The Sun. Knight of Cups. Ace of Wands. Oh. The World, the Seven of Wands. Okay. All right. Now that's interesting. That is interesting. Okay. All right. Couple different thoughts in there. One, reconnecting cannot be based on forms of passion. Okay. That's a firm line drawn. Don't get me wrong, hope, enthusiasm, and positive energy are in the Ace of Wands too, so don't dismiss it. But if you're saying my keeping this open with you is not going to be dependent upon any forms of passion, and we insist upon this, okay, fair. Another thought, for those of you, perhaps it crossed your mind to go into a new beginning. Okay, I think you're going to leave that thought alone for now. But know that that's still available to you in time, or if things don't work out, something like that. So I have a couple different interpretations for you. It's kind of loose. That's okay. Two of Cups, the Sun, Knight of Cups. Like I said, things are a lot easier between you and this person. Yeah, they feel a lot easier. There you go. It's free-flowing, very happy. I think this is what you wanted in your heart of hearts. I don't think you were necessarily prepared for a new beginning. But I also think getting back onto good terms with this person, you don't want passion to be the focus. Okay? Good, healthy, emotional constructs. Right here. Okay. No, I don't think you were prepared for a new beginning. But that's not to say you were hoping they would come back around either, but no. Okay. Because remember, aces can represent renewed. So not just a new beginning, but not necessarily wanting to renew the passionate energies, at least not right away, if that exists. Okay? Okay. Two of Cups, the Sun, Knight of Cups. That's lovely. That is lovely. Compromise. Yeah. Yeah, that's no way to put it. Compromise. Okay, a couple thoughts on compromise. We never want to put ourselves in a position where we compromise our values. Our values are our values. And if we compromise those, then we compromise ourselves. However, compromise on the stuff you can change. That's the stuff you can focus on and work with. Okay? Those are the areas of our life that, yeah, okay, I give this, take that. This is what you're prepared to give, and this is what you're prepared to take and compromise. And it's not just our physical energies, our emotional energies as well. So there's a kind of compromise here. Let's not focus on the passion, at least not for right now. And I'm not going to entertain any more notions of a new beginning. Let's you and I continue on with this. It feels good to me, it feels good to you. Okay? As a compromise. You did what's right for you, and they're doing what's right for them too. By coming forward and acknowledging this, and the willingness to work with you. It's compromise. All right. Okay, Virgo. Well, I like yours. I've been getting some hard energies today, honey. Yours, I have to say, was probably the softest by far. And that's saying something. So, I'm happy for you and your person. You both win. Let's be clear about that. You both win. And you're both happy. That's what counts. All right. MHR. And then we have the Medallion of Sag. Aw. Possibly. Sure. I already say that's either in your chart prominently. I don't think so. Possibly connecting to. The season might be important to you, but that's much further out than what I'm reading. So, let me know. You don't have to be loud about it. It's like, yeah, Saggy. Let me tell you, don't sleep on those earth-fire combos. Yeah, they are, that's a real thing. Depending on how you look at it, it's either scorched earth or it's a very passionate existence. All right, Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, what's up? Show me Capricorn, please. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Tell me it's a Capricorn reading without telling me it's a Capricorn reading. How you doing? Six of Wands, sorry. I don't mean for that laugh to sound evil. It's just, I get it. It just speaks to the collective, I think. Six of Wands, Triumph, Nine of Cups, Judgment. Yeah, get out of here. You're showing off today, huh? Well, I don't blame you. Four of Swords. Okay, Five of Cups, Page of Swords. That's something else. That's another thing. We'll get to it, and even then, I don't think I'm going to see much, but we'll see. You, my goodness, shine bright like a diamond. Look at you. Congratulations, boo-boo. You look fantastic. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Thank you. I've done all right. You've done more than all right, my dear. Don't get me, you already have a primary source of security. You know this. You are grounded. You are founded. You have a name. You have a reputation. You have rank, title, the whole thing. Nine of Pentacles, King of... You're very secure in what has built your personal household, and it's not done. Ace of Pentacles, no, it's not done. You have more opportunities coming your way. You're used to it. It's almost like you're over here, right over here. Bring it on over here. This Capricorn. You compound your opportunities, eh? Interest. My goodness. Look at you. You're already so found and grounded. And don't get me wrong, you're very responsible. Yes. And you probably take on more than you should, and you damn well know it. But you're also saying that has its benefits, though. And it does. It does have its benefits. I agree. Capricorn's my midheaven. It does. Yeah. But you look very comfortable. And you should. And you're proud. And you should be. You've been working very hard. But know your limits. That's all I advocate for people. Know your limits, right? Now, according to you, you have none. That's not true. I know you believe that somewhere in your Capricorn self. Limits. Limits are made to be exceeded, Christina. You've done that, but hey, just know your limits. That's all. That's the only time you really get in trouble, is when you take on too much. Yes, it is possible. 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups, Judgment. Yeah, this is your due. This is your due. And you have every reason to triumph and celebrate. And a lot of people say ego. Yeah, okay, look. Ego is true for everyone's existence. Are you alive? Do you have a pulse? You have an ego. That's what it is to be alive. And like all things, there is a good version and not so good version, a healthy and not so healthy version of it. Ego, bottom line, keeps you alive. Unhealthy ego, well, feeds the unhealthy parts of you. But you've earned this. So yeah, recognition, triumph, you should be patting yourself on the back. You put in the hard work, you get the results. You can't lie with data. You can't lie with numbers. It's there. And 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. This is also a personal victory for you. Let's be clear about that. You had a major goal and you accomplished it. It seems very recently, or it's upon you. So. But lessons. Keep your lessons in mind, always. Because if you don't learn them, in some way they'll bite you in the ass. But as far as I can tell, yeah, triumph. It's like your spirit's reborn. I made it. I did it. Something. So yeah, pat yourself on the back. Now this is, okay. 4 of Swords, 5 of Cups, Page of Swords. Outside the triumph and the success, once more, congratulations. There's something here you privately reflect on, and you say it represents a sore spot in you. Sadness of the past. And Page of Swords. I don't think it's just you that reflects on it. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Eight of Cups, 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. With the sweet, there is the sour. At some point in your effort of building all this empire you have, which is amazing, you're saying you've also made other decisions. You know what it is to walk away from relationships that were part of the foundation. Ace of Cups, 4 of Wands, many of you sacrificed, put off relationships, whatever that means to you. Walked away from others if they didn't work out, but also did not serve a larger goal. Long-term compatibility goals, stabilization, whatever. Either real life, having walked and you lived it, or metaphorically, keeping yourself distant intentionally from any sort of relationships. Because you had a world to build, you had an empire to build. Some of you have lost relationships because of your goals. That also speaks to incompatibility, though. But in all this, you retained a sense of ownership, knowing yourself, who you are, and why you had to keep at it regardless. Okay. Six of Wands. Nine of Cups, Judgment. I tell you what, I think this Capricorn's going to be partying for the next week or two straight. I tell you what, if you have time, if you have time. Some of you, you have to carve out time on your calendar for partying. Okay, I have Friday from 10 p.m. to midnight to party, and then I don't know. But you have good reason to celebrate here. Oh, yes. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords, the Hanged Man. Okay. You have a lot of lessons here about self-worth and self-regard. You know that. And you're saying one of the best remedies for a broken heart is to stay grounded. And you know that. You know that too. To take care of yourself, to see to your needs. You've given this a lot of thought. And it's kind of like saying, whatever heartbreak I've had to endure, relationships I've lost, it'll all be worth it. It'll all be worth it. If I meet these realistic 3D foundational career goals, it'll all be worth it. The sacrifice, the endings, it'll all be worth it. And it's like, that's the best way I can respect myself. And that's the best way I can love and care for myself, is to make sure this area of my life succeeds. Okay. So you've proven your worth, I don't know how many times over. So it's not really about the coin, Capricorn. You know that, right? If you wanted to know you could do this ambitious goal, you've done it many times over. Done it again, you will continue to do it. That wasn't the point. It's like the sacrifice needs to be worth it. The losses need to be worth it. There's a kind of quiet sense of success with you on the inside. There's what you're doing on the outside and on the inside. A soothing sense of, I made it. Despite heartbreak and losses, I made it. So I hope you're happy. Yes, you should be celebrating yourself. This is very comprehensive. There's a lot going on in here. There's your immediate, how you're reacting to all this in the next couple of weeks, and then there's what's going on within you on the inside that you've had a lot of time to contemplate. Four of Swords, Five of Cups, Page of Swords. Okay. And then you got some quiet time out here, just a little bit. Knights of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords. Yeah, I didn't think it was just you. I wasn't convinced of it. Four of Swords, Five of Cups. Now that is you resting on stuff of the past, and you seem to be okay with that. It was a little bit here, it was a little bit there. There's the walking, sacrificing, walking away from relationships, heartbreak. The losses have to be worth it. You can meet your goals. You're experiencing that now, so I hope that gives you some healing on the inside there. But at some point, when you actually have some quiet time, when you're not out there working or partying, or you reflect on something of the past, Page of Swords, and it's not just you. It's not just you. Someone continues to keep their eye on you, and they think about very similar things. Knights of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords. That represents unfinished business. It will come back through in time. I don't know when, and I'm not convinced it's in the next 2 weeks. Just please know that whatever thoughts you have privately about your past and the stuff that didn't work out, it's not just you who thinks about it. They do as well. I'm not reading them, are they? And they're not strong enough for me to fully get the grasp of their energy, and when it might come through, I just know that it will. Knights of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Swords. It is unfinished business. Old pain that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb that you've learned more or less to be okay with, and a primary example of why you should never lose sight of your goals, because these things may not work, right? Yeah, that primary example of why you never quit your goals and why you need to endeavor upon personal security and rely upon yourself. That lesson, that primary example, we'll come back to in time. You didn't show me soul bond or anything like that. You didn't show me that inexplicable link that sometimes we get with the High Priestess and the Star, and that sense of deep imprint with someone else. You didn't show me that. So for all intents and purposes, as Capricorn, you have no idea that they still think about you or reflect upon those shared memories. So in other words, when this comes through, you're not going to actually have a feeling about it. But you'll know what it is as soon as it arrives. It's an old ending. Just please know if you've done your job right. There should be no feelings or threatened feeling around sense of self. You should absolutely know your worth by now. And if you want to handle it, deal with it, talk with it, you can. Or you don't have to. You have nothing left to prove to anybody. Anything else at this point would just be you proving more to yourself the same story. So, live life. Go live life. Be happy. And remember to take care of yourself beyond the pentacle. You know? Reconsider big happy changes. Oh, yeah, no. Success, I know. Then you've got a personal story in the background, and it looks like one of those stories that if we were watching you on Netflix, I'd be seeing this Capricorn celebrating champagne, all the triumph, opportunity, but then the camera pulls back and pans back and clearly flashbacks to another time where we see loss for you and drama and pain and stuff that didn't work out, and you equate it to self-sacrifice, and this is why you always have a goal for self-sufficiency, personal security, and reconsider. There's that little guy again. Reconsider? Yeah, it's more like the energy when it comes back around. For you to rethink them, maybe. Insight. What you've to have learned. I don't know. Still a little far away. But in the meantime, celebrate yourself and celebrate yourself well, my love. You have earned it. M, W, Q. We have the medallions of Taurus, Aries, Scorpio. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, and the seasons might be important to you, but no. Taurus season, I can see that. Obviously, the accumulation of these big... You finally got there, I believe. Maybe Aries, Taurus season. But here now, we have the celebratory effect and understanding what this all means. But congratulations to you once more. And then we have the Captain's Wheel. Wheel of Fortune coupled up with the World. Time moves forward, always, with or without your acknowledgement or approval. Time could give a shit about how we feel about it moving forward, so use the best. Use the best of your time. Always make the best of use of your time, I should say. And know this, the world, doors close, doors open, and sometimes they reopen in that space of time. Okay? Especially those unfinished doors. We thought we closed them. Turns out the handle was loose. We thought we slammed the door shut, but we forgot to lock it. We thought we closed that door, but then we forgot to get our stick of dynamite and blow it up. And sometimes we walk away from a door without actually closing it. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Congratulations. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, what's up? Show me Scorpio, please. Three of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, okay, Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups. I tell you what, that one's making the rounds today. People busy looking. The Fool, the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. They can look. That's all anybody can do. You're like, yay, new beginning. Yeah. The Fool, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Oh, wow. I was ready to say, what are we going to do with this broken heart, honey? It's like, oh, I'm figuring that out right now, actually. Three of Swords. So, yeah, there's some heartbreak here. Hurt, disappointment, possibly rejection. That's what I'm leaning towards right now. King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. It's kind of like you're saying, never mind. Never mind. It's all right. I know my worth. Cinnamon. Okay, fine. She looked at me like, what? It's about to start to come over. Then she stopped, said, no. I love her. I love her so much. She's so independent. I love it. Three of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. You're a big Scorpio. You're tough. You know your sense of self-worth and value. And it's like, you know what? This sucks. It hurts, but I'm not going to let it bring me down. King of Wands, the energy's too high. You know, you're very passionate. You're very ambitious, yes. But the outward confidence is like, you know what? This is life. And you're right. Absolutely. Thank you for showing me that. In the general sense, I wish people would demonstrate it more often. It's like rejection is a part of life. It is. Absolutely. It sucks, but it also builds character when you know how to deal with it in grace and dignity. And that's what you're showing me. I have self-regard. I care about myself. I love myself. This in the greater scheme of things, okay, fine. It doesn't mean anything, honestly. It lends to character. It really does. It's like, well, now I know a little bit more about this situation. It doesn't want me. That's fine. I'm not into it either. It's not my job to return energy that was not given to me. Absolutely. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, and you're very clear about your truth. Very, you know. All right. Well, I was pointing myself in this direction towards you, but I guess not. And there you go. I'm just going to redirect your intent. They're looking at you while you do it, which is interesting. But yeah, Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. We're not going to keep the Scorpio down. And it's like, okay, my feelings aren't welcome here, so I'll move them elsewhere. The Fool, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. New beginning. I love it. I love your enthusiasm. I do. It's like, okay, let's try this again in a different direction. Oh, look at that. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning. It's gorgeous. That's lovely. That really is lovely. Okay. Three of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. If people allowed themselves to better understand rejection and its purpose, this isn't working, it's not working for me, it's not a good fit. If we could just take that for what it is and say, okay, there you go. It's not meant to be, it's not working for you, therefore it's not working for me. I don't want to connect to somebody that they're not interested, right? It's like, I'm not the right one for you. Okay, then stands to reason you're not the right one for me. So, Three of Swords. It sucks, guys. It's uncomfortable. But it builds character. And then also it acts as the filtration system. Well, there's one more that can be counted out. That's it. There you go. Three of Swords, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Fool. Yeah, it's like I'd rather retain my conviction of being the Fool. I'd rather open up, thank you. It's like, no, I'm not going to stay. No. Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, there's nothing to hold on to. It's like you say, I'm a free agent here. I have my own agency. Now, I have no reason to hang out or stay or hold on to this. Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, I don't do that. It's like, I'm not that Scorpio. I'm not that Scorpio. I'm not going to hold on to something that just rejected me. I respect myself too much. So I'd say Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords, the Fool. And there you go again. Yay. In a way, I think you're showing me kind of gratitude or relief. It's like, well, thank you for telling me the truth. I don't have to waste my time here. So it sucks, but that's not going to stop me. No. Self-esteem says, I let this go and move on. Lack of self-esteem says, why? Why won't you examine me? Why won't you pick me, pick me, pick me? No, you have to hang around to do that kind of shit. And it's sad. I don't want people to experience it, but for those folks who really don't understand their own sense of self-worth, that's what they'll do. They've just been rejected, but they won't get out of there. They want to hang around and find out, question somebody to death. No, don't do it. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. Yeah, you're not that Scorpio. And I'm not saying that you're not sentimental, but I tell you what, you're quick to let things go. So it would be weird to say that a water sign, you're not very sentimental for a water sign. But that doesn't mean you're obligated to hold on to everything either. In fact, that's one of the biggest issues I have to read about with water signs is, honey, you got to learn to let this go. But I did. I haven't seen them in a year. Okay, so you physically separated from them. Yes. Mentally, have you accepted that? Yes. Then why are you still holding on? Because I still love them. Water signs. I'll tell you. It's okay. I give a chuckle because I'm used to it and I'm giving an exaggerated version, but I understand this. I am water. I get it. Emotionally loyal to a fault. Man, that's why I give us such a hard time. Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups, Page of Swords. The Star, the Hanged Man, and Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's nothing to stress about. I completely agree. It's not the vision, it's not the plan. It is so interesting to me. You're conveying this, you're very honest here with your truth. You get to the point very quickly. Ace of Swords, Knight of... Don't get me wrong, your truth could have pointed at them if you hadn't been rejected. But as it were, you're redirecting it. The Star, it's like, oh no, I still have hopes and dreams. I still have vision of new. I still have a vision of new love and wherever that might take me. The Hanged Man, Nine of Swords, he said it's really honestly not worth getting worked up about. No stress. Yeah, no, there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be. Whatever this was, it was too much in the early phases or stages for you to be worked up about it. It's like, this is a no stress situation. No. But it's weird is that they're looking at you. Like, I don't know what the hell. I guess they're just, I don't know. I don't know why the reaction is so small. I know they rejected you, but it's like, it seems that way. Huh. I guess your non-response, your non-upset response is must be mind-blowing to them. I don't know. The Fool, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, the Sun, the Chariot. Go. It's beautiful. I see you back on the path of options, pursuing new. You are a free agent. You're going to have a much better time and easier time connecting. Actually, not too far from where we are. I would say from this point forward. But yeah, you're going to have the height of perhaps emotional connectivity success, I would say, around Cancer season. I know it's in the next 2 weeks, but I've seen that for you a couple of times. For Scorpio Collective, I have seen it consistently in terms of pursuing love, being open to new. Really is not too far from where the collective is right now in a couple of weeks out into Cancer season. It's really been remarkably consistent for a couple of weeks in various readings. But Seven of Cups, the Sun, the Chariot. Yeah, you go on then. You go on then. You have fun. Open yourself up to new. That's where you are. This is it's not a hit, And it is a miss, but it's a good miss. You don't want to stay connected to somebody who doesn't want to stay connected to you. I don't know why they're staring at you like that. I don't know if they're not, maybe they're just not used to people handling rejection well. I don't know. It's almost like there's a question. It's like, why isn't this person, Scorpio, freaking out? I don't know you well enough to freak out, or I don't know you well enough to care. I don't know. But I keep coming back to this concept you have, first of all, of a pre-existing vision or goal that if things don't work out, you let them go and move on. Yes. And then also, above all, perhaps, this Scorpio's very healthy sense of self-esteem, which is excellent. Keep your worth in mind always, and connecting to the right people won't be an issue. They said they're not the right one. There you go. That star remains, with or without them. You know, the star's a far-reaching vision. And it's not going to be fulfilled with them, right? No. You even had this agreement. If there's nothing worth holding on to, get out of there. Resume your fool's journey. There's your fool's journey. It's beautiful. Oh, yeah, but I see you, as your intimate tarot reading very strongly. In your intimate tarot reading. And then I want to say maybe, yeah, in your last Celtic cross, I want to say, yeah, driving towards connection. Collectives in peak. I'll tell you what, 7 of Cups. The Sun, Chariot, beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful, guys. Within the next few months. Yeah. So I know I'm reading the next 2 weeks, but tarot is tarot is tarot. And I'm telling you, I know collective peak energy when I see it, and we're definitely on one for Scorpio. Within the next few months. I'm going to go ahead and refer you back to Cancer season, which is late June to late July. But yeah, this one, it's okay. You know, it's fine. You handled that remarkably well. That's wonderful. Why they're staring at you? I was expecting. What, are they disappointed you didn't get a big reaction? Some people are like that. You know, it's not going to work out, and then they want you to fuss and fight over them. Some people like the drama. I don't know. But that also speaks to self-esteem issues. It's like, I'm offended that you're not offended by my rejection of you. Some bullshit like that. It's real. It's real. It's really real. Too many pick-me people running around. I don't know. Okay. K, W, R, and we have the medallion of you. Taurus, Libra, Gemini. This is all happening roughly now within the time frame, yes, of Taurus to Gemini season. Nothing as far out as our season or Libra season. But you might have these very strong placements in your chart, obviously, connecting to, potentially, and then also future connection. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, excellent. Great reading today. Yours was nice. I like this a lot. Not because of your energy over here, your attitude, or how you approached it, which is very healthy. Full marks for that. Full fucking marks for knowing your sense of self-worth, not being bothered by this, understanding what your plan was, how this person's not part of it, and just because it's not happening here is not going to stop you from moving forward. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay? I like that. It's not worth holding on to. Get out of there. Fool's journey. Hey. Fool, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. Gorgeous, guys. Fucking gorgeous. But this is the most exciting piece. I keep seeing the heights of energies for us around July. But let's call it Cancer season. Okay. All right, Scorpio, honey. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces. What's up? Show me, Pisces. The Empress, 2 of Wands, 4 of Wands, cool. The Hermit, 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Very good. Knight of Wands. The High Priestess. Seven of Wands. You had a feeling it would work out. You did. Okay. All right. There's some insistence here to keep going with what you feel. Not worried about it. The Empress, Two of Wands, Four of Wands. All right. We're talking to somebody that represents relationship energy. Now, how you two have defined it, I don't know. Early stages, early stages of relationship building, or you've been together years and years and years. I have no idea. No clue. But the thing is, we're talking. The Empress. We're talking to someone important. Now, I have no doubt you know how to embody the Empress energy, but I do see this person as being outside of you. This is someone whom you perceive as being very important to you. The Hermit, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles. You're showing me I'm the Pisces with the plan. He's like, I've given this a lot of thought, Christina. A lot. The Hermit, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles. I feel good about this plan. It was my idea. I think it's workable. I think it's manageable. In fact, I'm kind of proud of myself. So there is some cooperation, fix it, get along energies here. But it's very thoughtfully done. You didn't just throw this together real quick. No. You're actually kind of proud of this idea you have for getting along or working with this person that you have a sort of relationship context with. Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, Seven of Wands. It's like, see, Pisces, we just need to listen to ourselves more. The energy feels good and I feel good. You are showing me enthusiasm, hope, and triumph a couple of times. I was like, yeah, I just need to listen to myself more. Why? I got to do that. Seven of Wands, insistence. It's almost like you're reminding yourself, guys, come on. We've got to remember to listen to ourselves more. It's insistence. There you go. All right. I'm very curious. What's up? The Empress. Two of Wands, Four of Wands. Six of Wands. Two of Cups. Eight of Wands. Yeah, you got a plan, all right. And communication's flying right now. And as far as I can tell, it's mutual. It is flying back and forth between you and this person as we speak, and will be for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, here we go. We're enacting the plan. We're talking about it. It's proposed. It's put forward. You feel really, really good about this. You're showing me high levels of confidence. It's not ego. It's confidence in this context. And it's healthy. And I know it is because it's being returned to you. So you're showing me confidence and communication with this person, and they're returning it to you in equal feeling and goodwill and confidence. Okay? So I have two people. They are talking. This is active. And we feel good. It feels good. It feels really good. Conversation is here twice. A mutual sense of love and respect. But Six of Wands, you both feel good in talking to each other, and you both feel good in working through this. And it starts out with conversation first. Okay. The Hermit, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles. I kind of want to see what your process was. It's a good plan. Some good thinking here. I like this. I'll tell you, I've seen some harsh readings today. Harsh, and I get to the water signs and things are finally softening up. Okay. And I don't always get the soft waters. I often get hard water with the water signs, okay? So this is nice. It is nice. Okay. Eight of Swords, confusion. Ten of Swords, potentially an ending. The High Priestess, intuitively you felt while on the outside it looked like an ending, it wasn't. You didn't feel like it was. You had every reason to believe perhaps whatever this is was over, but it's not. And intuitively, you said, no, that's just fear talking. That's not the truth. The truth is that there's more to work with here. And you were right. And that's why you're saying, I need to listen to myself more. That's right. I know initially you were confused, because it's like, surely this is an ending. But the fact that you were confused about it says it wasn't absolutely clear to you that it was an ending. And that's why I say Ten of Swords is no guarantee of an ending. I say it all the time. I need to see more evidence of that, and you did too. It didn't fit right, though. At least on the inside. Intuitively, you felt there was more to this. Yeah. The Hermit, Six of Wands, Three of Pentacles. So here we have some sort of plan you feel good about to work together. I'm not saying friendship. I'm not saying a relationship that goes to friendship. No, this is an agreement to work on the fundamentals or the basics. Something like that. Find mutual ground or common cause. Okay? Again, if I do this, will you do that? You know, if you talk to me, I'll talk to you. If I address this, will you talk about that? So on and so forth. Okay? But it's a good plan, whatever's in there. But that's what this is about, guys. Right here. See, I need to trust myself more. I had every reason to believe this is over, but I didn't feel like it was. I felt that there was more I could do or address, and they could too. That's right. Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, the Seven of Wands. It's hard to distinguish sometimes between the intuitive self and really strong emotions such as fear. I know. It's difficult. How can you tell which is which? Well, let me put it this way. Fear produces fear responses. The intuitive self that whispers, I don't know if this is correct. It has less definitive reactions. It's more like a suggestion that's vague, fuzzy. And it isn't as strongly felt to say fear is. It's more like a quiet or gentle navigation. Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, the Seven of Wands. It's that energy that says, take a left when you normally go right, and you have no reason to, and you don't have any emotional response. It's just this feeling or sense of guidance that's almost kind of dull. Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, Seven of Wands. The Magician, the King of Pentacles, and Five of Cups. It's like, see, I have been manifesting this, manifesting overcoming this. And King of Pentacles, Five of Cups, it's like to put the past behind me. Okay, so we're not going to neglect the past, right? Learn from it, but don't get lost to it. And that's what you're saying. I wasn't going to get lost to the negative emotions. I didn't want to. I didn't want to succumb to the negative emotions. I knew that there was more to work with, practically speaking. King of Pentacles, and you were right. You do need to listen. You got to trust yourself more, honey. You got to trust yourself more. Look at your confidence way up. You got that response. But more than that, positive confirmation that this indeed is the correct direction between you and this person. Your intuition is dead on bang. Good job. Good job. And then you receive good results, and you're like, I've got to trust myself more often. I've got to do that. Yeah. The Magician, King of Pentacles, Five of Cups. You had been manifesting that you could work through this, and you are. And it's not just you alone, obviously. That's wonderful, guys. That's a really good next 2 weeks for you. And I'm glad that you and your person, whoever they are to you, whatever the relationship is, you're talking, okay? You're agreeing to things. You're understanding what the other can do. It's positive. Very good. Oh, if you believe, yes, if you believe, and be assertive. Oh, wow. If you believe and be assertive. Now, I'm not saying push. No. But taking initiative. Okay, starting the process, leading the way. Via communication, it seems, first. I was like, you must agree to the, you must talk to me. That's not what I mean. Believe in yourself. And whatever it is you need to put it forward in the way that's correct. Okay? Stand up for what you believe in, but believe in you. Okay. KJERG. And then we have you. Yeah, you might be a double, triple Pisces. Perhaps you have Pisces in a very unique placement. Could be connecting too. Certainly. No, I'm not referring to the season. That's too far out. Although I have to tell you, I've had some very, very distinct impressions for Pisces season, which is wild because it's so far out. But you know what? I trust myself intuitively. I have a feeling something interesting. Not, I don't know what it involves, but I think Pisces season, in the general sense, for many people, is going to be interesting next year. Okay, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. Five of Wands, King of Wands, ooh, Page of Cups. Okay, Tower, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Whoa! Look at you. You're like, I know. Oh, I know. Oh my goodness, we're bold today. Oh. And take my sassy crown off and hand it to you. Five of Wands, King of Wands, Page of Cups. You're currently in fight mode. And I don't know what you're fighting about, but you're in it. Remember, you get to choose your own level of participation. But for right now, you're saying, I need to do this. Okay. So that goes back to a point I make all the time. You have to know when to step into that arena and fight that fight. You're standing up for yourself in some way. Okay. But currently I see you in opposition to some loudness, and you're returning that loudness. I was like, you got a point. I got a point too. You giving me some pushback? I can give as good as I get. That's where you are. Okay. You're all riled up there. All right. Tower, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups. And at some point you go, fuck that. Screw this. I refuse to think about this further. I refuse to participate in this further. I don't like who I am when I'm connected to this situation, circumstance, or connection. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the way it makes me think. I don't like it. And you know what? It's bullshit. It's bullshit of me to participate. So you kind of did a Tower, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups on yourself. When you participate in an argument with this, it feels nonsensical. And you feel that it takes away from you, and you don't like it. You don't like it, so you're withdrawing your participation because you see it as redundant, ridiculous, delusional. Like, what's the point? Because, like, if I'm fighting in it, then I'm showing that side that I care or that it's affecting me. Something like that. Does that make sense? Because you don't like the way it affects you or makes you feel. It pulls you out of your natural state of grace as the Queen of Cups. A calm heart. A calm, loyal heart. And it's like this... I don't like the way this makes me feel. So I'm going to stop arguing with it. And like, I'm not going to think about it anymore. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. You are giddy, my friend. You are giddy. The definition of giddy, I would even say sassy. It's like... it's like, I can't wait to get going. Oh, a sense of self-worth. You're so excited. I mean, you are bright. You are burning bright with this idea of, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to nurture myself. I'm going to take care of my own needs. I am legit excited for me. I get to spend some good quality time with myself. Yes. And also, I'm going to line up to a new beginning. It feels fantastic. So it's kind of like I did away with this bullshit. I'm not going to fight this fight. I don't like what it does to me. I don't like what it pulls out of me. It's all the worst things that I don't like. This is not who I am. I don't want to participate. And then when you do that, you step into yourself in a beautiful way, and you are authentically excited. You seem to be exploding with natural enthusiasm and energy, vitality, passion, and I would even say creative. There's a creative element in you that just is dying to come out. So it's Queen of Pentacles. Long story short, you are taking care of yourself. You are seeking to your own needs, but you are authentically excited. In some way, this kind of represents a new beginning for you, a new chapter. I get to focus on me and only me. I don't have to consider this or this bullshit. So yeah, you are lit up with your own potential. Five of Wands. You have a fiery side. I see it. I do. And if you have a fiery side, then you can experience the negative fire in as much as the positive. And I have you opening with the negative fire. But I want to get you back into the positive. You're not that person. You don't like to stay down. You don't. You like having natural energy, natural stamina available to you for the right reasons. Five of Wands, King of Wands, Page of Cups. The Star, the Empress, and the Ten of Wands. Okay. I see you trying to hash it out with someone who's important. Oh, the Star, the Empress. I hate seeing these kind of people in these high energy positions because that seems that the stakes are that much higher. So I see you arguing with someone who you would say is important to you, yes, but you also associate them with a great deal of pressure. It's that language of I have to deal with them, and I don't like it when people use that language because I know what it leads to. Whenever you're in that position of having to deal with somebody, well, think about the language. Do you really want to be in a position of always having to deal with them? And do you want to feel like someone that's being dealt with? Because that's how they associate you, as someone I have to deal with. The Ten of Wands and Five, yeah, you two, pressure, arguing. And the Star and the Empress. And I see that someone is expressing big dreams, big goals, big desires to get on the same page with you, to share the same vision with you, or possibly even heal with you. But you two are approaching it in very different ways. It's like all this arguing does not add up. You say you want to be on the same page with me, but all we're doing is fighting. You're saying you want to be in a shared vision plan, but all I see is pressure, perhaps from your point of view, to fulfill your needs on your terms. Because I see you fighting for yourself. But it doesn't seem to be getting acknowledged. So I see why you fought the fight. I do. And someone's giving you tit-for-tat energy there. Okay? But it doesn't seem to go anywhere. It doesn't seem to be any improvements or resolution of differences. So what you ultimately do with him in the long term, I don't know. I just see your willingness to stop engaging because you see it as nonsensical. This is stupid. This is stupid. I keep trying to make my point. You keep trying to make your point. We say we have a shared vision or star, but our language suggests that we're not on the same page. And pressure does not mean I have to comply. In fact, the more you pressure me, the more it indicates to me that perhaps you and I are not sharing the same vision at all of healing or a long-term vision, like I said. Because the star has all those implications, guys. But what happens when you can't share the same star? You both agree you want one, but it's not lining up. And it's just pressure. Okay, the Tower, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups. You're right. They have points, well, so do you. Neither one of you are seeing eye to eye at the moment. The Tower, Nine of Swords, Queen of Cups. Yeah, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Nine of Cups. It's it's delusional thinking a little bit. It's not too bad as far as tarots go. I've seen a lot worse. You don't like who you are when you're connected to them and you're fighting about this shit over and over again. It's the same shit, different day. And that's why it's that sense of tower. It's not going anywhere, this argument. I think it serves a purpose. You think it serves a purpose, but the argument never finishes or resolves. So yeah, it's a tower. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Nine of Cups. It's delusional to keep this thing together. Or acting like we can get along. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Bare minimum, you and I getting along. Nine of Cups, we stop feeding this notion that I have to bring this together, or I am personally responsible to bringing this together, or I'm happy to keep bringing this together. I'm always the one that waves the white flag. I'm always the one that has to fulfill your sense of dreams or desires or wishes or goals. No. Why is it always on me to bring it together? Why? No, that's the stress, honey. That's where that pressure's coming from. Somehow you got it into your head without fully realizing it that It was somehow your responsibility to keep bringing this together, making it work, making it function, making everybody happy. That's just not true. It's like, it makes me happy to keep bringing this together for you. Somehow that got in your head. So they're putting pressure on you to keep doing the same role, and you don't want to keep doing the same role. In some way, you strongly disagree. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups. This should be, if you want to keep bringing something together with this person, it's because you authentically want to, not because you've been lying to yourself. And they've been helping you with that. Well, you've always done this, you've always done that. Yeah, well, always has come and gone. I don't want to keep doing. That's the problem with that forever language. Always, never. It gets us locked into these ideas and thinking thoughts and feelings, and it doesn't leave much room for interpretation because we've always done this thing. Well, no. No. It's part of the Tower. I was always going to keep doing this. I was always going to be satisfied doing this. I'm not. And you're tired of the pressure. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups. That should be really simple, guys. I cannot begin to stress upon you how simple this should be. This is like hanging out with friends. This is like active dating, saying what you have in common, bringing something together often enough that you feel good about it and you can build upon it. So you associating this with the most basic of emotions, friendliness, happiness, cooperation, social emotional compatibility, comes down to you. And that's a false notion, and that's been fed way too long. No, it takes 2 people to feed that. Anyway, Queen of Pentacles. Didn't mean to go on and on. It's just that one required a little bit of extra work there. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands. Yeah, no wonder you're over the moon. Excited to take care of you and just you and see to your own needs. No wonder you're excited. I was like, this Cancer's going to party like it's 1999. No, I don't know about that. But you know what I mean? It's that it almost tastes exotic to you, doesn't it? That sense of freedom and energy just for you. Just for you. Just for you. You get to look after me, myself, and I for right now. Long term, I don't know. But for now, you get to focus on you for a bit. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. I know. Okay. I don't know what you're going to do with it long term because you didn't show me anything like the world or death. Just, I can't keep doing this for right now. The arguing. And when you stop doing that, my goodness, look at you. Burst of freedom there. No more pressure. Just you. So 7 of Pentacles is like, yeah, you're going to have to get back to that eventually. That unchanging situation that causes you unhappiness. And then there's the world. Is it an absolute? No. This is more like contemplation. You understand it's a possibility that exists. You understand it's a possibility that exists. You also understand if you close it out, others will open for you. Part of you lifts at the idea of closing this out. Is it an absolute? I don't think so. But that's for you to contemplate over the next couple of weeks. It depends, guys. Can this person or situation change its language of always and never in their expectations of you? Will they allow themselves to see you in a different way, or occupying a different role, or taking on different responsibilities and subtracting some other ones? You know, you don't want to continue to stay with somebody who only sees you as a one-way street, or they only view you with the lens of the past and not who you are today and what you're asking for today. If somebody refuses to acknowledge how you're changing or want to change, that's a problem, because that won't stop. That really is an always case. No, I need you to go back to being the way you were and not argue about it. Well, that was me 5 months ago or a year ago. But that's not where I am now. Yes, I'm sure it's really convenient to be connected to someone who does all the work to keeping it together. But Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop in reverse. Okay. Yeah, I think they want you to resume your role. That's why you pressure and you're pushing against it. Excuse me. Let go. Some of you, like I said, it's a choice. Let go. You don't have to fulfill this. I don't care how much pressure is on you. You don't have to. Pressure, if anything, is an indication that you should probably stop. Confirmation that you're right. Okay. And if they really cared about you, they'd step back and see what this was causing you. The dilemma it was causing you. The unfairness, that sense of resentment. When people authentically care about you, they recognize what their demands are inappropriate, or they stopped being relevant, outdated a long time ago. So stop asking for it. Allow me to change and recognize it, acknowledge it. I don't want to keep doing this. Whatever that is. Okay, F, G, R. We have the medallions of Pisces and Libra and Aries. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the season, might be important to you. I really want you to concentrate on wish fulfillment. 4-leaf clover. Now is the time. Yes, please, guys, put that into yourself. You look great. Eventually, what you'll do for long term in this situation that does look outdated, outmoded, and refuses to change, evolve, or get out of its stagnant state, you'll have to deal with that eventually. But for now, you focus on you. Okay? I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. What's going on, pumpkin? Up. Up. Cinnamon, up. Cinnamon. I know. Oh, my.